Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. What's with my voice? Welcome in, everyone. Welcome back to my stream. I feel like this is like my Megino impression. The deep Italian one. The deep Italian tuba. He's a very nice voice, very cool voice. I think I had a little bit of something in my throat that kind of gave me that kind of gravelier noise and a little bit deeper. But hello everyone, hello. We're finished the week. Let's go. I hope this week was good for all of you guys. I hope it was a nice, easy week. Mine was pretty good, I have to say. Although, even though it was like an easy week, I must admit, to be fair, I guess I did walk to and from where I was today. So I mean that's a good amount of walking. I think it's about it's like I don't know. I can't remember how many steps it is. It's over 10k anyway, which is, I suppose as well, it's a decent pace that I walk at. Like, I'm not walking, like, just casually strolling. I try and get home as quick as I can, and I had to be in very early today, so that was also a case. But I got in, and I lied down, and I kind of lied down on the grass. I closed my eyes for 5 minutes. Well, that's what I said to myself. I said, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a little bit, just kind of rest, just kind of like, de-stress after a long day, or a long week. And then I woke up, and it was 2.5 hours later. So that was fun. I am starting to stream a little bit early, or a little bit later than usual, probably because of that, because then I had to go have food, and then I was kind of just like bumbling around for a little bit. Oh, I wanted to do a thing today. I'm so dumb. I wanted to do something while I had the time, but instead I decided to fall asleep. Oh, wait, I just realized that. It's not too important. I'll have loads of time. I'll have loads of time this weekend to catch up on that, but maybe I'll do it after stream. I think it will be okay to do it after stream. It'll just be a lame way to end my Friday. Maybe I'll do a little bit. It's probably not too bad. I wish it was something that I could do, like, on stream. I could do it like an ASMR type thing where I do work. But you guys can't see what it is. But the thing is that when I'm doing stuff, when I'm doing like study or things like that, when I'm learning, and I'm doing questions, I'm often talking to myself as I go through things. That was actually something I had to hold back a little bit when I was doing some of these newfangled dangly exams that you modern people have to do on computers. Those things are weird. You have to be quiet. You can't talk. And I'm someone who, like, if I'm doing something, I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna do this. Okay, I need to do this. That comes from this point, this rule. So all that type of stuff, and it just kind of becomes. Because I wasn't allowed to do that, I had to, like, internally do it, and I felt like I was going mad. Because I find if I'm talking away to myself when I'm doing stuff, it kind of keeps me on track. And I might hear myself say something wrong and be like, no, there's something up there. There's something wrong there. But, I think as well, it's like an aspect of learning for me. Where, some people just learn things, like, you tell them once and they know it. Or at least they know it on like a decent level. But if you write things down, you tend to learn it better because you're spending time. You're spending time reading it multiple times, writing down the letters, writing down the words, really taking in what the sentence says. Most of the time, anyway. Typing is probably still better than just reading it. But I imagine writing is better than typing. But I find if I'm doing work and I'm saying things out loud to myself, you get both the writing aspect, the reading aspect, and then the auditory aspect, the aural aspect. As part of learning, as part of learning languages, you often had aural exams. oral exams, um, and oral exams. But it was always funny to call them like the like you know kids are very immature about that type of stuff. So anytime someone would mention the word oral, very quickly there would be a lot of a lot of giggles, I mean, and the first few times. After a while, it kind of just becomes like a word everyone knows. But it was definitely something that got a lot of giggles throughout the years. Although I will say those I'm not very good at languages. I had to practice a lot for that thing I did during my debut, my like 3-minute speech in Irish, which I was very happy with. I will say I was very proud of that. It was a cool little speech I wrote up, and then I had my friend help me. But I've always been kind of weak with languages like that. Sometimes I'm just admiring my model right now. I still really love the way the antlers on my cloak and the like. Well, what would you call that? Stippling? I feel like that's stippling. There's the stairs and the maybe it's dust. Maybe I need to take a lint roller to my cloak. But it's like dandruff from my hair. It's me. If I shake my hair, more appears. But no, I love the way the silver specks, the stippling, and then the antlers are on two different kind of layers, I guess. So they move slightly differently. Like the antler moves over. It's just a really cool feature. And then of course you have the 3D on the book, on the model, or like the 3D look, the way it kind of turns with the model. It's so well. Oh my god, Mama, Papa, you guys are insane. Sometimes that still happens to me. I just like open up my VTube studio, and I just stare and I just admire and I just do stuff. I notice my friends spend a lot of time in VTube Studio, and they're not streaming. And it makes me wonder, what are they doing? And should I be doing it? Like, I feel like there's people who probably have such a stronger understanding of this stuff than I do. Well, they definitely do. And they must be like doing all these cool, unique features. Or are they literally just messing around and being like, do. Wow. I do want to get one thing. I want to, maybe in the next couple months, I might get onto my mama and ask her about, if she's free, of course, about alternative hairstyles. So I'm thinking a shorter hair version, sort of like my PNG, which I think would look very good. And I was thinking, what if we had one that undid the braid and it sort of made the hair a little bit longer? So like it's kind of a lot, like it would almost be like down to, what is it even down to? I haven't even really decided that on this model. I feel like it curls up kind of down around my mid back. But I mean, I guess with the braid you can see it comes down to around the lower end of my chest. So I mean, if you just open up the braid, you could have it kind of falling over one shoulder. It could be, I think it could just be nice. Maybe it's a little bit messy or something. A lot of things you can do. I also want to get because this is a very happy model. I find it's always smiling, and it can actually kind of be hard to show disgust. Like, that's actually not too bad. But I wouldn't mind getting like a proper. I do have this, but this is more of a kill him. These are my serious eyes. Oh, there we go. These are my serious eyes. Whenever something has to happen that's very serious and very official and very professional, I put on these eyes. I need to use my toggles more. I have so many good ones. Sorry, I'm just checking what I can do again. Oh yeah, I can cry. I can do that. I can lose my eyes. I can blush and get angry. I did notice this as well, that the eyebrows here stay like as angry eyes, even when I raise him up high, which is kind of good to know because I can control that a little bit more. Maybe I should play around in VTube Studio a little bit more. I think I could. I definitely need to do some more stuff when it comes to like. Oh wait, that reminds me. When it comes to like redeems and things, I think I could definitely find more and just kind of have a couple more things. Like I could definitely do something like if I set up a redeem that makes it so that like I don't know, I blush for 5 minutes, and you can make me blush, or I cry for a minute, make Rua cry. Yeah, the redeem could be called cry on stream, and because you know stream chats love making their VTuber cry on stream. I just got the scariest thought that I did not unmute my mic, and I had just been talking into my mic for the past like 15 minutes, and no one had said anything. That would have been a scary thought. But I think I'm okay. What are we playing today? We're going to be going back to a Legionary's life. We have a little bit more of our life to do. It is a shame that we failed a couple of checks, so you guys didn't get to see some of the other kind of sneaky little things, but we actually managed to succeed in other areas. So that's pretty cool. I am wondering if we're going to survive this whole game. We're pretty strong in that game, I have to say. We are pretty strong. At the moment, anyway. But it's the type of game that, like, one thing could go bad in a fight, and suddenly you're screwed. I've had, like, incredibly strong fighters just get insta-killed by some, like, big-dicked, Macedonian phalangite. Not phalangite, oh god, what were they called? The Agame... I don't know, some like picked troops, some like strong guys. Then I killed him in another. No, I don't want to capture from my stream. I don't want to capture from my streamer bot. A Legionary's life. Maybe I should make sure that I didn't put the audio to that as well. Hang on, excuse me. I'm just doing some setting things, making sure that when we go over to the game. Nope, you're also going to hear the audio from streamer bot. That wouldn't be a very good stream. I'm going to jump on over to the game. There we go. And I'm going to move down here. Make myself a little bit smaller. And there. Ooh, wait, where's the game? There it is. So, I vaguely think I know where we are. I believe we may actually be coming up to the Battle of Zama, because we've landed in Africa. Last game we fought in Spain, we defeated Spain, or we defeated the Carthaginians in Spain. We got to participate in various battles, and now we've landed in Africa. I think we might be taking Utica or something like that. We have a pretty decent character. We're the second in command of my century. We're in the Principes, so we're in the second line of the Roman maniple system. We have 81 sword, that's pretty good. And some decent, our charisma isn't very good, I have to say, but overall, not bad, not bad. Our troop and our centurion love us, so we will literally always be able to get increases to our ability, and I think we should definitely go for that. Okay, none of those were good. They were all useless. I'm just gonna. Ooh. Despair is pushing Carthage to sue for peace once more. An armistice is arranged, and for a time it seems the negotiations may succeed. It doesn't last. Ah, yes, we read about this in the book. After Hannibal is still over in Italy. But I believe they had gotten word that Hannibal was returning from Italy to Carthage, and they started to get a little bit more confident. They had signed an armistice, essentially, but the Carthaginians broke it, taking a number of transport ships prisoner from Rome. And this led to various attacks. This led to a primary attack by the Carthaginian fleet on Hannibal's kind of base of operations. And we learned that Hannibal ties together a load of his transport ships to defend against the ships coming in on them, forcing it into more of a hand-to-hand fight than a ship battle, almost setting up like a solid defensive line of ships. A Punic fleet is sent to capture them. The Roman envoys asking for their return are first set upon by an angry mob and then almost killed on their way back, which is that's a big thing, especially among like civilized nations, to attack envoys. At the same time, Hannibal and his army are recalled to Africa. After 15 years, he is leaving Italia. This may be great news for your fellow citizens, but you have mixed feelings about it. Rome's most fearsome and cunning enemy is coming after you. No matter how weakened and tired he may be, he is still the man whose name struck fear into the hearts of your people for so long. One consolation: the way the Punics think of Scipio is not much different by now. If anyone can stop Hannibal, it's him. That's always one of those ones that, like, it's insane that these two individuals happened to live around the same time period. Can I not check out my... The Light Celtic Helm, Fine Curse. Might just do a quick search for stuff and see what's around. Because I have a lot of money. Ooh. I have Gladius Hispanius. Compare. So I have the Gladius Hispanius 4-4. That's 3-4, I think. Well, that's anti-armor 43, but not as good handiness. No, I think mine's better. Let me take a look at that chainmail, though. Hello, Crespians. Salutations, Legionary. Ave Kai... No, wait. We're a couple of 100 years off from that. Ave Rome. Yes, that's it. So I have short chainmail. Torso 100. Groin 90. But the chainmail is a lot better. So I'm going to grab that chainmail. Do I want the greaves? They do give protection, but at the same time, I think I'm okay. Did that head pat work? I didn't see, but thank you, Crespian, for the head pat. Thank you. I did need it. I was very EP recently. Ah, that's how I look at things. Head pat. Oh wait, and hydrate. Where's my bottle of water? There's my bottle of water. I got my bottle of water. You know, one of my main tactics of wasting time now for the waterboarding, I don't want to get waterboarded, no. Have you guys ever done that in the shower? Have you guys ever, like, practiced, I suppose, practiced being waterboarded? You, like, put a face cloth over your face and you just put your face up to the shower, and it's fucked up. It is not a nice feeling in any way. It's horrible. Just sell that, get some of our money back. But drinking lots of water is one of my main ways of wasting time. Better avoid that? No, it's good. You gotta build up your waterboarding resistance. I wouldn't recommend it. It's actually not nice at all. Come on, give me... You feel your progress is slowing. In charge of a small forage party. But drinking lots of water is one of my main ways. Dude, why are there like three villages in the mountains? Why? This is a fucked up one. Hey, there we go. I'll go over to this guy and collect that. Collect that. I don't want to go through a fish. I need to collect a little more supplies. There we go. Hopefully we don't get attacked. But drink loads of water, and then you get to go to the bathroom a lot. Hey, charisma, awareness, and intellect. That's actually pretty good, I have to say. What else can I do? I can do like extra coaching. I can offer a sacrifice. Ooh, that was a nice moral increase. Damn. You have to build a bridge to cross the river in front of you. Help the engineers do the grunt work. Supervise while the rank and file. No, I'm gonna help the engineers. Oh, excellent. The bridge is ready. You cross the impressive piece of engineering and leave the river behind. Isn't that... who was that again? Who was it that, like, the Romans came up to someone? Or was that the Macedonians? I think it was the Romans. The Romans came up... I think it was to the Germanics. The Germanic tribes. And they were like, come on. And they were like across a river. And they were like goading them into fighting. And then the Romans started building a bridge. And they were like, oh shit, what the fuck? What is that? What is that thing? Or centurion to access this activity. Troop and centurions or tribune's opinion may improve even more if your charisma is high. There's no loss of morale. Let's do this. Ooh. There are persistent rumors that Hasdrubal Gisco killed himself in Carthage before his own people could execute him. Apparently, the situation is getting more and more tense in the Punic capital. They're not having a very fun time, it seems. Oh, come on. I don't think I'm going to get too much higher on that one. I'm just trying to get some boosts to those. Oh, time to move on. Let's go. I believe this may be the Battle of Zama. Let me just check something very quickly. Is my gain? Yeah, my gain should be fine. I'm pretty sure. Sometimes I feel like I talk too softly, but I think it's fine. You are just a few days' march from Carthage. You don't know Hannibal's exact location, only that he must be close. According to spy reports, he raised more troops after landing in Africa, but it's not them you should worry about. His trusted veterans with him, men who have survived in hostile territory for 15 years. Ligurian mercenaries enrolled by his youngest brother Mago, who succumbed at sea to his wounds, have also joined his army. Soldiers from Brutium, former allies of Rome who sided with the Punic general after Cannae, complete his foot force. Odd that it doesn't mention the 5,000 Macedonians that joined. But you do later fight Macedonians, and it's actually a great change up in the way the fights work in this game. It becomes like a whole game a whole kind of battle in itself just to get through the Macedonian phalanx. You feel a weird sense of disquietude as though the next few days could change forever the course of the world. Oh shit! It's the battle of Zama. It's Lost Wolf. Hi bottom. How dare you? How dare you? I'm not a bottom, you bastard. How dare you? Says the femboy. Isn't it Femboy Friday or something like that? I think it is. Why do you recognize this music? I don't know. I've only ever heard this music in this game, I must say. All seems quiet as you patrol the area near the camp. Eventually, you have to split up your party. Go down the path, descending towards the bank of a narrow stream, and go up the snaking path to the left to an area littered with oaks and shrubs. Go down the path. Littered with oaks and shrubs. I'm gonna stay up high. I don't like getting the low ground. You're about to give up when you notice a barely perceptible movement behind a large shrub. It could be the wind, but you better check. You beckon to two of your companions. Hello, Witty. Femboys can also be top. You never said you weren't the bottom. Ah, I see. That's true. reminds you of a PS2 game. It is just a little. It is a little text-based game. It's very simple, but I think it's a very well-made game for what it is and what it wants to accomplish. It's just like kind of it's not a life simulator, but it's like just experiencing being a legionary. There's a man hiding behind the shrub. He carries a sword but is unarmored. He doesn't say a word, but slowly raises his hand in surrender. You take him back with you. The man is obviously a spy. Not only were you in charge of the party that found him, but you had a key role in his capture. Excellent. Scipio loves me. Oh, reminds you of PS2 days. Ah, I see. I'm just trying to think. The only... Now, I could be completely misremembering the music that was in that game, but the only game that I feel makes me thinking of it is something like Destroy All Humans 2. That's the game that's kind of making that come to my mind. Oh, that was a great game, I have to say. That was such a great game. I remember playing that a lot. I played the first one. I think I only ever played the first one for a little bit, because I think this was back in the time when you would rent games. You would rent games for like a week from Blockbuster. You would rent them for a week or something, and you would try and finish it. I think I got through a couple of levels, but I never got through very far. But you remember that game? Yeah, for me it was Destroy All Humans 2. I don't know why, but the second stage in that game, the second stage called, I think it was Britain. I think the second stage was basically London. That was horrifically glitchy on my version of the game for some reason, and I always somewhat dreaded and also looked forward to going to there, because it would just be like, sometimes it would completely ruin my playthrough. It would stop me from being able to get to the mission, and I'd have to like close down the game and try multiple different ways. But other times then it was like just so silly, the things that would happen. I remember fighting Godzilla in Japan. What a game that was. And then you go to like Russia. Well, it's like an irradiated Russia. Sounds like the music that plays as you walk up to the boss of a dungeon. It is very hype. It is a very hype game, I have to say. 2 more spies are captured and brought before Scipio. Ah, we did read about this in the book as well. To everyone's astonishment, he treats them as free men and even instructs a tribune to show them around the camp. When their tour is complete, the Punic spies are seen departing, attended by an escort of all things. A few days later, you are breaking camp and moving closer to Zama. Rumors are rife that Hannibal wants to meet Scipio in person and talk peace. Whether he is doing this out of curiosity, after the magnanimous treatment of his scouts, or because of something they saw during their uncustomary visit, you have no idea. You stop near a town called Naragara. As always, you start building your camp on an easily defendable position. The Carthaginians set their camp less than 4 miles away. Another day goes by. Scipio leaves camp with a bodyguard of picked horsemen. And this does happen. It was described in the book. It must have been such a moment when the 2 greatest generals of their time, leading 2 of the strongest nations in the world, in that region, fighting to what would become, the dominant Roman Empire, met and did battle in basically not a winner's take all. I think even if Scipio had lost, it would have been a massive blow to the Romans, but they were in a very good position. But who knows, Hannibal could have turned the tide. He was a brilliant genius, and if he had killed or captured Scipio, who knows what could have happened. Another day goes by. Scipio leaves camp with a bodyguard of picked horsemen. From your high observation point, you watch them ride slowly towards a meeting point. They join a similar group, coming from the opposite camp. How's your Friday been, by the way, Wolf? Have you been having a nice, relaxing Friday? I fell asleep for like 2 hours after I got home. I was very eepy. When they are close enough, most of the riders stop. 2 figures from each group advance towards each other, the 2 commanders and their interpreters. You have no idea which is which from this far. All you see is 4 barely distinguishable dots. One of those dots is the man that shook your world to its foundation. The meeting goes on for a while, the fate of millions depending on the unrevealed words that they are trading. Then the 4 dots separate and rejoin their escorts, riding back to their respective camps. Too soon, way too soon to have reached agreement. You see the apprehension on the faces of those standing next to you. When Scipio gets back, word spreads quickly through the camp. There will be battle tomorrow. Are we disappointed or eager for battle? I think we're playing a virtuous character. We're playing a virtuous character. So I feel like if we're disappointed, we'll probably lose morale, but we'll gain virtue. There we go, yes. So it's more bloodshed. At least you have a chance to make sure it's the last. With Rome, it's never the last. There's always some war or like little place that's attacking the Romans and they need to defend themselves and expand their territory. You just got home from work, so it's starting to get better. Nice one. It's always nice when you just get in and it's. I don't know. Maybe you work the Saturday. You could work the weekends, and that always sucks. But it's nice to get home anyway. The days have come. Your army is fully deployed on the battlefield. The Principes to which you belong stand in the center with the rest of the infantry. The Hastati form a line in front of you. Unlike the usual checkered pattern, the gaps between each of their maniples are exactly in front of the gaps between yours. Also, their gaps are filled with Velites. Usually, these skirmishers are deployed in front of the heavy infantry. Behind you, the Traorii are disposed in a similar arrangement. The continuous line of men ahead of you blocks your view. You can't see anything of the enemy except for the elephants. Hannibal has positioned his huge beasts in the middle, right there in front of you. Your wings are protected by the cavalry as usual. Massinissa leads his Numidian warriors on the right, while Laelius is in command of your Italic Sulci on the left. You wait, and there's nothing else you can do. The lull is interrupted when the elephants begin to advance. You wonder how it must feel to the soldiers in the front line. When the large animals are close enough, a deafening noise arises from the ranks, from the sides, as every horn and trumpet in the land of your cavalry is blown, in the hands of your cavalry. You don't work tomorrow, luckily. Nice one. You get to chill out. Unfortunately, I will be traveling myself. No, I won't be traveling too far. It's just I'm visiting some family. So I don't know if I'll be able to stream. I might be able to do something tomorrow night. I will have a laptop, so I don't know if I'll have to be a PNG maybe, but I'll try and figure something out. I don't know if my PC could, or my little laptop could handle it. I need to get like a good proper like gamer laptop. Gamer. Do you guys know that this stream is sponsored by Razer? You can get a Razer Dead Adder. I love that Germa joke. That's one of my favorites. It seems to work, and the elephants are unsettled by the racket. Some of them turning away and run off on their own. The rest keep advancing towards the center. The Velites fall back, opening the wide gaps between the maniples of the Hastati. The elephants are lured in while the Velites keep attacking them with their javelins. They are approaching your line. It's not the first time you have met these fearsome beasts. You still remember your close encounter at Illipa. You stand your ground. You keep banging your shield with your sword as you have been instructed to do so. The elephants keep away from the noise while the Velites go on dealing with them. At last, they move past and disappear beyond the rear. The danger is over for the moment. And I suppose maybe Hannibal came up with this from the idea that maybe he realized that elephants are very smart, and if you harass them and hurt them enough, they're not going to want to go back and fight. They're not like, horses also will not, for example, horses aren't going to charge a spear wall of spikes and kill themselves. So that's often why a horse will actually pull up before a cavalry charge into a solid group of people. It will do its best to avoid, but if gaps open up, if the formation breaks or people falter for any reason, that's when they'll blow through. You notice your cavalry is no longer there. They must have charged when you were dealing with the elephants. At a signal, the Hastati close the gaps and start moving forward. You do the same and follow. So if I remember correctly, Hannibal outnumbered Scipio in this battle. And you had the Romans had their local allies, the Numidians, and then the Hastati, the Principes, and the Trioria. And then on Hannibal's side, I believe he had various levies in the front. In the second row, he had Spanish mercenaries, or I guess Gallic mercenaries at this point, as well as a 5,000 contingent of Macedonian soldiers sent by King Philip V, who we will later be fighting in this game. And then behind him, he had his picked veterans of the Italic Wars, or the Italic battles. You stop at a distance when they engage something. The Carthaginian first line, you keep ready, not knowing what's going on. At one point, they start advancing again as if their opponents were retreating. Then they suddenly come to an abrupt halt. Their line is losing cohesion under what must be a powerful shock. The centurion in charge of your maniple decides it's time to spring into action. You have to stand back and guard the rear. The maniple of the Hastati, right next to yours, seems to about to fall into chaos. Their Optio is having a hard time. Well, there's no time for that. Good morning, D. How's my favorite angel doing? How's my favorite angel, D? Are you good? Oh, you're in the weekend now. You're ahead of us. You're in the future, so you're enjoying your Saturday. I hope you have a nice treat. I hope you treat yourself for a Saturday, for your day off. I hope it's a day off. Well, let's give our friend the Optio a hand. So remember, it's talking here that we're in the back and we're guarding the rear. That's because we're the Optio, so we're second in command of the century, and our role is basically to keep cohesion at the back, and then if our centurion has to fall back, we rotate with him. Let's give him a friend. Oh god, that didn't go well. You're trying to accomplish way too much. Your own maniple is faltering. Oh no. Oh my god, my centurion and proconsul must hate me because they're very angry with me. Oh no. You're gonna head out, have an amazing stream, Darren. Thank you, Lost. Or thank you, Wolf. I don't know. I'm gonna call you Wolf. I like it. Oh dear, yeah, it's not. You know what? I can make it up. I can make it up by killing everything. I'm really strong. The more they miss, the more I can just stab the shit out of them. Stab them in the groin. Come on, that armor is annoying me. If I do soft spot torso, maybe that's better. Like a respite. Yeah, go for the groin. The groin is very good. Ligurian mercenary, the large warrior, belongs to one of the hostile tribes inhabiting Liguria. So yes, I think this might be the group from what you call it, from Spain. I believe Liguria. Oh no, he charged me. He charged me very hard and attacked me. I'm gonna try and recover again. Come on, get that full. No, come on. You know what? I think that's enough. Now I can go for his torso. Stab him. How's your day going, D? Are you well? Let's recover. And rest. Let's go for the groin. Oh god, I think I may have cut something off. That was a lot of damage to him. That poor guy. Nice so far. You got your coffee and time to work on comms. Ooh, oh, that's so cool. I'm glad that you're getting commissions. I'm glad that you're succeeding. I got a really beautiful Nice, I think we did well. On the Twitters, yes, on the Twitters, I got a really beautiful skeb. I'll show it in a moment. The opposite line is broken, but the clash has left you untidy and partially scattered. God, my proconsul and centurion are very angry with me. Your cavalry and the enemy are nowhere to be seen. The enemy infantry is fleeing, but in the distance they start splitting in two separate directions. Something is blocking their path. Beyond, you spot another line of foot soldiers, ready for battle. You notice the glitter of heavy armor. Hannibal has kept his veterans in reserve. You must regroup or all is lost. Mounted Roman high officers ride from side to side, shouting orders. Your maniple has to fall back and move to the right wing, but it is a difficult maneuver given the situation. Come on. No! Now you form a single line. Oh no, I failed. I'm not a very good... My charisma is too low, I think. My charisma is too low. Your legionaries are hardened soldiers, but walking over mutilated corpses before facing the enemy is appalling. Let's try and motivate them. Dude, they hate me. I'm so bad at my job. I'm so bad. My charisma. I have no charisma. I have no riz, as the kids say. I have no riz. In battle. Or with women. No, wait, that one wasn't tested yet. Who knows? Hello, Rua. Hello, Mog. Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? How you doing, Mog? Ooh, wait. There we go. Your ancestors at Lake Regillus, centuries ago, the men who broke the warlike Samnites at Aquilonia, after 3 ferocious wars, their sons who stopped Pyrrhus at Beneventum, the generation of your grandfathers who shattered the Carthaginian fleet off the Aegeates Islands. Did they all feel like you do now, approaching a moment that will resonate through time? Here in the center, you have to face Hannibal's veterans, his finest troops who have followed his lead through endless years of hardship and triumphs. You steel yourself for a titanic struggle. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna try and pick off a Carthaginian officer. Oh, I'm so good at this game. I'm so good at this game. Never seen this before. This is a Legionary's life, and it's a really fun game. Well, I like it anyway because it's history based, and the first few times you play it, you will get your ass beat. In my opinion, I think you just don't have the points and the stats to go. It's sort of like a roguelike in a little bit. You have various. It's kind of like an RPG or like D&D where you have stats and then it rolls and makes checks against your stats. So you have various stats here: strength, endurance, constitution, and by having different levels of different things and succeeding or failing, you can see different events and different storylines. Obviously, the more things you succeed at, the better your career will be and like the better ending you get. Or you might just get your head split open by a giant man with an axe, which can also happen. As the other sides get closer and closer, you steel yourself for the upcoming fight. You have to temporarily take the Centurions. Hannibal's veteran. Oh, this guy is... This man was there when Hannibal crossed the Alps and you were but a child. He was at River Trebia and Lake Trasimene. He was at Cannae. He is a spear. That's not fair. Close in. Let's do this. How good is my... You know what? That's actually not too bad. But I'm gonna defend, and I'm just going to... I'll just go for a feint. He's gonna try and feint me. I'm gonna rest. Now this is where, like, these guys are really strong. Well, sometimes they are really strong. This guy could be a little weak, maybe. We're going to see if we can start to gain the advantage when he attacks and misses. Okay, that's good. Let's go for a quick feint. I hate when the game does that, when you finally get their stance. So to briefly explain the combat system, Mog, it's basically a stance-based system, so I can move back and forward, attack and defense, and have better success. Target different areas, there's armor and stuff involved, but the main things are basically your stance, which is like your immediate, I guess, combat readiness. If that's lower, all of these are lowered, and all of these are lower, And it's kind of like a balancing act. You want to get theirs lower so that you are more likely to hit. And you have various abilities to do so. Some of them cost a lot of fatigue. And fatigue is the other way you can beat people. If you don't have the ability to get through their defenses, because I'm going to be honest, like if I attack with like this, even 50% isn't that great in this game, because that lowers every time you miss an attack, like a proper attack, you lose stance. So then it makes it easier for them to hit you, and then you have to take a chance to recover. And then you have fatigue, which builds up over time and has like various levels. And the higher that is, or the higher your level of fatigue, obviously, the just worse off you are down here at defending an attack. So it's kind of a constant back and forth. But it can be very annoying when that happens and they just cover. Ooh, okay. This is my chance. Come on. Knock. Get him. I missed. I need to recover now. He failed. Come on. Dude, that was two 50% chances. I'm so mad. Like greater than 50%. Does your enemy... Oh, yeah. So this is my... Sorry. This is my enemy. This is... Stop it. Stop it. How dare you. I caught you, Goblin. I caught you. I saw you. Don't you hide behind that wall. I saw you poking my face. Get over here. Say sorry. Say sorry, Goblin. She's running. Grab her. Ruaites. Get her. Ruaites. No, you guys aren't like a Jewish tribe. the lost tribe of Judea, the Ruaites. Look, she's a goblin. Well, no, goblins are kind of quick, but she also has a big ass, so she might not be able to be as quick as a normal goblin. So she has short legs. She won't be too fast. Oh, she apologized. Okay. You guys can leave her. You guys can leave her. You'll throw this giant heart against her. Yes, my Ruaites, they carry giant hearts around, metal, and they can just toss it at people. This is me, though. This is me. Ruadius Uetus Quiltus. I'm gonna try to hit him. Nope. I shouldn't have tried to hit him. I should definitely not have tried to hit him. Okay, go in on him. Come on. Stop recovering, you bastard. These can sometimes take a load of time to get a chance to actually hit him. And look, like the situation is shifting already, so we might not even get him, but oh my. Just recover. Just recover. I don't think either of us are even going to hit each other in this fight. Okay, I win. I win because I stabbed him once. That's how that works. It's a fighting game system. Well, that was great. You have to temporarily. Okay, so we go again. This guy's like perfect as well. He might even be stronger than the other guy. I'll just try and feint him. Okay. How strong is he? He isn't that strong. I'm a lot stronger than him. Come on, knock. Oh, buddy. Now you're fucked. Now you're fucked. I'm actually going to try and deft him and get him down even lower. Go for that neck. Oh, come on. He has, like, he's covered in everything. Oh, the arms don't have armor, though. I'm going to beat him again. Oh, this guy isn't having a fun time right now. Okay, I'm gonna go again. See, one good run, or bad run if he does it to me, can be the difference between killing and dying in this game. Let's try and get him. Yes, let's go. Can he recover? I'll just hit his arm. I'll just stab him in the arm. Stranger could be wrong. Okay, that's pretty good. Keep stabbing him in the arm. Come on, give me a couple more turns. This is going well. I'd love to get... I'm going to get the kill because I think I've wounded him enough to count. Seriously wounded, probably. Yes. Your troop is sliding into disarray, but you managed to keep it in line. Okay, I did my job once. I managed to do my job once in this whole battle. So this can like these type of fights, because I've played this game a lot. I know kind of like the when to defend, when to attack. Oh wait, no. Oh god, he's scary. Don't actually hit me, just miss. Oh god, I should turn off the ads. I need to turn off the ads that are gonna play automatically. But I need to pick another game to play. Or not gameplay, a book to read. Because I haven't read anything in a little while. Oh, I missed. I'll back up. Especially on stream, I'm not too sure if I should go for like a philosophy book or like another history book. Because I feel like the history ones are really, really interesting. Just in terms of like, you know, you're learning about things that happened. While philosophy can often be kind of heavy going, I suppose. Yeah, the ends are like really the only places that are good to hit on them. The drama of history. Everyone loves the big battles. Everyone loves the interesting characters and the great men of history. Great people of history. I mean, to be fair, for a lot of history it was mainly the men, but after you do start to find oh god, what was her name again? Olympias. After Olympias, Philip's wife, you do start to see just in the background a lot of women kind of directing and being very big pushers for like their husbands or their sons. You got written out, yeah, you guys sometimes did. But you had Olympias in the background, pretty much directing the rise of Alexander. And even in this war, you had the daughter of, what was it, his sister? I think it was the daughter or sister of Hasdrubal Barca, who married. Scipio had gone over and formed an alliance with Syphax, who was basically the contender with Macedonia, who was also a Roman ally. Initially fought against them, but was defeated and joined with the Romans, because he kind of saw the tide turning. But Macedonia had been driven out of his lands by Syphax. They were both contenders for the throne. Although I think they technically ruled different areas. I think they were similar peoples. Both Numidians. And Scipio goes over on his own. Well, not on his own, but like with a Roman envoy group. And manages to convince Syphax to join him. To join against Carthage. And he does this going into Africa, like before they really even taken Spain. So this is kind of a ballsy move from Scipio. But he'd had a couple of great victories, so Syphax kind of wanted to see this guy. What ends up happening is Hannibal, I believe it's Hasdrubal Barca, or it might be Gisco, marry their daughter or his sister, I can't remember which, to Syphax, and basically secures his loyalty. Now apparently she was gorgeous, but at least from the book, it seems like she had a lot of sway going on. She had a lot of power and a lot of sway over his opinion. Not just being like another wife, she like kind of not controlled, but definitely had power. And then later, when Syphax is defeated by Laelius, who was Scipio's right-hand man, and Massinissa, after they had gotten into Africa, they actually capture they defeat Syphax and they capture the wife. I'm not too happy with that. I'm gonna try and get this thing lower. Come on, get his arm. Yeah. They capture the wife and stuff, and she decides. I don't know if she decides, but I think basically Massinissa, having taken back his throne, marries her. And now Scipio's kind of like, oh shit, oh no, oh god, oh shit. Because you basically have on one side, you know, hoping Massinissa stays true to you. And then also this guy has just become a king. He's married the wife of a family that he's fighting against. You know, Scipio is a little bit concerned about the loyalty of Massinissa. So he goes to Massinissa and he tells him all this. He kind of you know, subtly outlines that, look, I'm worried that you might betray me. And Massinissa sends for a cup of poisoned wine to be delivered to his newlywed. And she apparently understands exactly what's happening, takes it and downs it, and lies down to die. Now Scipio later kind of goes like, what the fuck, Massinissa? You didn't have to do that. He was like, you know, I don't know if it was Scipio. I can't remember if it was the author of the book or if he was even saying that Scipio was like, listen, that like tragic tale stuff, you didn't have to, but okay, all right. Like, you could have just sent her, you could have just given her over to Scipio for a little while, and he could hold her. He could just keep her prisoner, just as like insurance. Oh shit, yeah, it was kind of, I will say, it was kind of ballsy. It was kind of like pretty badass in the way she kind of just like, she completely just, yep, okay, give me it. I know what's happening here. But it kind of reminded me of Socrates. Obviously, Socrates' one is a little bit. Oh no, hit me like, he got me. Who's this guy? He's really strong. Please stay away from me, sir. Okay, thank God, we're moving away. The Punics won't give way. They are too strong. Your comrades are tiring. Too many are wounded. They are faltering. So many years. So much bloodshed. Only to fall here. One step away from victory. You keep resisting. Your formation is moments away from breaking. You almost fail. You hear the approaching thunderclap. Then the shock wave rippling through the rear of the Carthaginians. Wait. The cavalry! The cavalry is back! Attacked on two fronts, the Punics are in chaos. Without wasting a moment, you renew your assault with energies you didn't suspect you had. Some of the enemies are attempting to flee and get cut down. Many more stand where they are and fight to their last breath. Others surrender when they realize all hope is lost. It is over. It is finally over. Horses. I love my horsies. I love my horsies. Were you a horse girl, D? Did you do any equestrianism? I've been next to horses. They're very strong animals. I remember I was kind of small back then. You know, I was a little lad, but I remember being next to a horse, and I was petting him. He was really cute. He was a full-grown horse, but I remember he put his head up against me, and like kind of rubbed his head against me, and he almost pushed me over because of how strong he was. You weren't in the right. You weren't in the right tax bracket to be a true horse girl. That's so fair. That's okay. Aspirational horse girl. Yeah, I didn't realize how common it was though. I feel like many people have used dating apps. I'm not going to pretend like it's some shameful thing to use, especially with how busy I be. But I'm kind of shocked. There's two features that I've noticed. Well, actually three. So one, when it comes to just how what things I notice on dating apps. There's a lot of horse girls out there. It feels like it's not like every second or third girl, but there's a lot more than I thought would have images of them riding horses. So that definitely kind of caught my, like, it's definitely a thing. Really, I want to be a horse boy though. I want to learn to ride horses, and I want to have swords and bow and arrows. See, they do the like show jumping and the cool stuff that's actually like popular. I just wanna LARP. I just wanna LARP as a cavalryman. I wanna be in the cavalry like my forefathers before. I wanna be in the cavalry. Da 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 da. You got to shoot guns on horse? D was a dragoon? Dragoon D? D. No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna do a combination of those words. I caught myself beforehand. But dragoon, that's so cool. D-goon? No. Don't say that. But yes, a D-goon. Dragoon. D, the dragoon. I can see you riding into battle and shooting. I can see you riding into battle, shooting people, and then being like, "Oh God, I'm so sorry." Like you're apologizing while you're reloading and gunning down the terrible, despicable enemy. But yeah. So that's one. The other one that I notice is and I think I mainly notice it purely because an ex of mine was terrified of them. But for some reason, there seems to be it's not super common, but it's more common than I would have thought. There seems to be a cohort of... Yes, I think I may have said this before to you, D, but fear of birds. Why? They're birds. You could, you just smack them and they die. They're very light. It's a big thing here, too. Ladies, listen, ladies. If you need me to protect you from a big bad birdie, well, as long as it's not an ostrich or a cassowary, or like some other big thing that could take out my guts, I'll defend you. You got a magpie. You got a pigeon. You want me to take care of it? I'll take care of it. I think pigeons are they're dumb. They're dumb little birds, but they're so silly. They just walk up to you and you're like, pigeon. I sometimes I'd be walking down the street. Sometimes I'm walking down the street and I just see a pigeon just standing there, and I just point at them and go, "What up, pidge?" And sometimes they look at me and nod. To be fair, the birds here are scary. Yeah, Australia just has scary birds. Do you guys have a... I feel like... I just assume Australia has deadly versions of every animal. Okay, we're getting back into the Revenge of the Sith music. But yeah, and specifically, I just want to point out, it seems here in Ireland, it's pigeons. They're just aggressive. It kind of reminds me of geese. Like, I've heard of the Canadian goose, and they can be an issue. I'd probably get in trouble because I'd try and punch a goose. My boxing would kick in, and I'd start jabbing at the goose. I shouldn't go to Australia either. I could get into a fight. Okay, never mind. No, I'm not gonna fight an actual kangaroo, because those things are like the male kangaroos are like 6 foot plus and massive and have giant sharp claws and will gut you. Maybe like the little wallaby. I could take a wallaby. Wait, is the wallaby is the small kangaroo, or is that a different term for another animal? I'm pretty sure that's The little kangaroos. Yeah, it's the little guy. Yeah, they're little guys. I could just pick them up and throw them. Just bag them. Just put them in a bag. I saw the cutest video recently. It was someone in a kangaroo costume. I'm guessing it was Australia. And there was a little baby kangaroo. And they walked towards him and kneeled down and like opened up their like costume pouch. And the little baby kangaroo jumped towards them and climbed into the pouch. And was just hanging out. It was the cutest. It was so cute. I want to go to Australia and pick up myself a baby kangaroo. I don't think maybe they're so ubiquitous in America. You can just pick them up and take them. It's a legitimate kangaroo strategy to bag them. They like them. Oh yeah, you just put out a big bag and they just go, oh yes. It reminds me of Mom. To be fair, it's probably very cozy in there, very cozy and warm. You just chill out. I know what's his name again? The Urban Rescue Ranch. Oh god, Uncle, what should I call him again? Uncle. Anyway, he has a couple of kangaroos. He's like taking care of them, and 2 of them were pregnant. And it was so funny watching the babies like poke their head, like as they got older, they'd poke their head out and look around, and then go back into the pouch. They're so cute. Kangaroos are such silly little animals. Australia just has some silly little guys. But anyway, yes. So the bird thing, and specifically pigeons in Ireland. It's right because they get so close to you, like they're very comfortable just walking towards you and like pecking at your stuff. The third one, it's not really like an interest or a fear. It's just sometimes you click through, and I assume for guys it's probably the same. It's probably like the version of like the guy holding the fish or the shirtless gym thing. And I don't have a shirtless version, but I definitely have one of me in the gym. I looked massive that day. Let me just say, I looked huge. So I was like, okay, let's take this photo because I look huge. And then I was like, that would be a good dating profile picture. That was in my like big bulk. That was when I was probably at like one of my strongest points. Thank you, D. Thank you for the head pat. Thank you. I'm satisfied now. Thank you. But I think it's not even a girl thing. I think some people just have such a trained smile and expression when they're getting a photo taken that when you click through their photos, sometimes it's like they slightly move, but the facial expression is the exact same. Like the same eyes, the same smile, the same, like not a single degree of difference in how they're tilting their head or facing the camera. It is like identical. It looks like they took one photo and photoshopped it expertly onto other ones. And it can just be freaky. It can just be freaky when you click through. It's not too bad if it's like 3 photos, but if it's like 12 photos, it's not even a selfie. Sometimes they are just photos that people take of them. But obviously they're well practiced in posing. It's I'm kind of the same. I have a certain way that I smile in photos, but I don't think it's well practiced that it will always look the exact same in every photo is taken of me. These seem to be, and I suppose it's often similar situations, but it can just be like unnerving. It's almost uncanny, because it's like there's no difference in the expressions. It's just a thing that like can, and sometimes they can be very pretty girls. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes it can just be like, are you a robot? I'm scared of you. I feel like I could be assimilated into the synth army if I went on a date with you. They say that Hannibal himself, upon his return to Carthage, told the Senate that the war was lost. That's how they get you. Yeah, they get pretty girls. They get pretty girls to to advertise. To be fair, if a pretty girl was advertising, become a, then you get uploaded. Become a Sint today, and you know, like some people post like, you know, you have to be XYZ, you have to have a car because like they're a passenger princess. you have to upload yourself to my Google Drive. You have to upload yourself to the cloud. You must become post-human. The Council of War, summoned by Scipio, discards a direct attack on the Punic capital. The city is well protected, and a siege would take years. Peace talks are resumed. Carthage is allowed to keep its laws and its territories in Africa. It loses everything else. Its foreign policy becomes de facto subject to Rome's will. The war indemnity they are to pay will cripple them for generations. Their warships, once the pride and symbol of their power over the Great Sea, are reduced to 10 triremes. Thus ends a 16-year war. Not the longest, but the bloodiest conflict the world has ever seen. And in the book, it talks a lot about this. It talks about how Scipio, it seemed anyway, Scipio was going to go for a much laxer penalties on Carthage. And it seemed Scipio was very much in the mindset of having a series of strong allied states surrounding Rome, of which Rome was the head of like this coalition. He kind of likened it to the idea of the European Union, and this was made in the 1924, so it was like the League of Nations or whatever it was called back then. Kind of this group of independent states that were all capable and strong of themselves, and then you see the change from the Republic to the imperial Rome, which imposes its culture on various groups. And he definitely sees like the various indemnity that they enforce upon them as basically leading to the Third Punic War, and that was also part because Cato wanted to just destroy Carthage. Superb. Okay, I made it up to my troop and centurion. Proconsul could be a little bit higher. I failed multiple times. Fighting in a real battle has sharpened your skills. Your deeds have taken your skills one step further, and I get a silver Armelia. Outstanding. You would be promoted if there were a position available. You'll have to wait for your chance. Hopefully, your popularity won't have changed by then. I could have been a centurion. Your victorious army leaves Africa and lands at Libeum. From there you set sail once more. Your destination is Ostia, Rome's seaport. What is waiting for you and your companions in Rome is beyond your expectations. The triumphal procession is the most imposing the city has ever seen. Scipio, whom they start calling Africanus, for the land he conquered, parades in front of you, his army, on a chariot pulled by 4 white horses. And that was apparently that was the first time names were given out for conquerings of lands. It wasn't a thing claimed by Africanus, it was given to him. Today, the survivors of Cannae are the most deeply affected. They had their revenge at last. No one will ever dare to question their honor again. For their long exile stole away many years from their lives. This is something nobody will be able to give back. Meanwhile, another war is looming in the east. Emissaries from Pergamon, Rhodes, and even Athens come seeking the help of Rome against the expansion of King Philip V, ruler of Macedonia, one of the powerful kingdoms carved from Alexander's immense empire. Many see this new war as an opportunity too good to miss. The Republic may be tired after the long conflict with Carthage, but the army has been forged into a formidable weapon of conquest, a tempting tool in the hands of men longing for personal glory and richness. Way too tempting. Publius Sulpicius Galba, elected as one of the 2 consuls of this year, is assigned to deal with the crisis in Macedonia. He is allowed to add precious veterans from Africa like yourself to his army, but only on a voluntary basis. And at this time, you have to remember as well that, Macedonia had provided, I think it was 5,000 troops to Hannibal at Zama. And they had fought in the battle. So there's a case here that he sided with the Carthaginians. You were promised a quick campaign in a rich land, with plenty of loot to settle down and allow your family to live a comfortable life. I think we're gonna volunteer. We're gonna keep pushing our luck. You embark under the command of Consul Galba at the naval base of Brundisium to cross the Adriatic, one of the many portions of the Great Sea. When you land at Apollonia, you learn that Philip is conducting a campaign in the Dardanelles, while another of his armies is besieging Athens. The Macedonian king grows emboldened by his successes in the east. A diplomatic mission fails, but it is widely believed that neither leader really wants peace at this point. The consul sends a small fleet to help the Athenians, while you remain with the bulk of the army to prepare for the war on the mainland. In recognition of your achievements, you have been promoted to Centurio Posterior. I'm still in the back, aren't I? What's that? You were in charge of the left-hand century and second in command of your maniple, behind the Centurio Prior. Very cool. We're still Principes. We aren't Triorii. Cool. So we have I don't know how much time we have left, but I suppose we'll just do some practicing. What do I have? My javelin could be like 2 skills higher, I guess. The thread of your life is spun. Oh shit. I missed what that was. He may not be the most disciplined legionary you've ever met, but he sure is dexterous. Try to outperform him. Use 4 daggers. What's my quickness, coordination, 73? Oh, do I imitate or outperform him? I have to. I'm so good. I'm so good at this game. I click the thing and I'm very impressed. You are outstandingly good. Even Falcidius is impressed. They love me. They think I'm the best person ever. Literally, my opinions are very high. I'm getting some good awards, I have to say. Good awards. Ooh, your charismas see you as a reliable and just leader. Nice. Whoa, there's a lot of like threads of fate being spun. More and more soldiers in your camp are stricken with fever. You stay healthy, though, and carry on performing your usual activities. Ha! Should have been stronger, guys. From 98 to Norai. Not bad at all. How high is are my stats right now? Strength, endurance, constitution could be a little bit higher, I suppose. I think it's okay. Quickness, coordination. These are all pretty good stats, I have to be fair. I really wish the maker of this game would have done more, because I think it's a really fun game. I think he could have done so many more versions of this across various different timescapes. But I suppose it's hard to come up with scenarios and new things. 3 veteran legionaries are picking on a young Umbrian recruit. They have taken his helmet and won't give it back. Umbrians are sulky. While not full citizens, they sustain the Republic in its darkest hour. Besides, this young man is here as a volunteer. I'm going to make the veterans stop. Your virtue has increased. There's a swift change of attitude as they recognize your rank. They apologize and return the helmet. The Umbrian soldier thanks you. You are building quite a reputation as a trustworthy stand-up presence. Hey, they love me. This looks like a fairly easy, easy one, I have to say. Go to these villages to get some cool events. Oh, okay, no cool events this time. It's often kind of random, but I suppose that's fine. That was easy. Ooh, charisma. Good. My charisma was not very strong enough. Oh, that's really good. Sword and shield skill. How is my, how's it looking? 88. Wow, I'm almost at 90. Tiny village. Yeah, it's like 4. It's like four buildings. I want to get back into trying to play, what's it called? It was like one of the biggest games released last year. Was it last year? or this year, the game where you build a city, the Manor Lords. That's it, Manor Lords. Because I think it's really cool. I'm gonna offer sacrifice before anything else happens. Morale has increased by 20. Superb. Okay, we are maxed out. We're very strong right now. You want to play that too? I have played a little bit. I never gave it a proper time. But you've only got your current city builder you got to get through. What you playing? What are you playing? Like, is that Frostpunk is a city builder, isn't it? I think it's like a survival city builder. After crossing the lands of the Deserte, your army has reached the Macedonian border. Before winter, Philip laid waste to the areas surrounding Athens. But now you are the biggest threat to his fighting force, and you know he has averted his efforts to stop you. For some time, both armies ignore each other's position. When the Macedonians ultimately make contact, they set camp a mere 1,000 paces from yours, led personally by their king. They are about as numerous as you, perhaps above 20,000. Fabledom, it's a fairy tale city builder. Ooh, I don't think I've heard of that one. I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds fun. After 2 eventful days, the consul leads you out to offer battle. For the first time ever, your army is fielding elephants. You have not decided yet if you trust the beast. They can be devastating at times, and horses are afraid of them, but they are known to turn against their own army when they panic. That is not a thought you should dwell on at this time. And I believe actually the elephants play a pretty big role in the Roman army being able to defeat the Macedonian phalanx and stuff like that, because they cause massive disruption. Of course, Alexander the Great faced elephants, and he seemed to be able to do well enough. As the story goes, he apparently charged. Oh god, what was his name again? Hang on, I have to check this now. I have to check what his name. Alexander the Great, Indian king. Porus, that was it. I was going to say Pyrrhus, but that's a different guy. Porus. Porus. He was on an elephant himself. He actually killed Alexander's horse, Bucephalus. A very sad day for Alexander. He was very, very upset. Very upset. And he was known to sulk, basically. I wanna meet an elephant someday. Well, I probably have. Yeah, I think I saw one in a zoo before. But I wanna see elephants. They're cool. I want one to like pat me with their snout. Not the horse. It's so sad. You may no longer be the young boy who 10 years ago looked at the walls of New Carthage with apprehension, but the thought of facing the legendary Macedonian phalanx doesn't make you feel at ease. However, it soon becomes apparent that you won't be fighting anyone today. Philip is blatantly refusing battle and sends forth a small host of cavalry and light infantry. Galba answers with a similarly composed force, but the ensuing skirmish comes to nothing. 2 days later, another skirmish leaves no mark. When the consul leads you on the morrow, Philip declines once again. Time is passing, and everyone is aware that the Macedonian supply line is much shorter than yours. Galba can't send you to forage while the enemy is so close by. It doesn't come as a surprise when he gives order to move your camp several miles away, near a place they call Autobulus, or Autolobus. And the thing is, the Macedonian, I assume anyway, at this point in time, if they had kept the same procedures in line as Alexander the Great, and really set up by Philip II of Macedon, Alexander's father, their supply systems were fantastic. They could march, I believe, just on their own provisions alone when setting out from Pella, the capital of Macedonia. I think it was about 100 miles in either direction, like in a radius. From Pella, just on their own supplies before they stop in at other places and refuel, which allowed for them to have very strong logistical capability. Of course, as they took over more lands and took over and allied themselves and kind of imposed their allyship at times on other groups, this was a major, boon to their army. Autolobus Macedonian border. From the safety of your new camp, forage parties are sent farther and farther away to harvest wheat from the surrounding fields. It looks like a fine day when you set off to a distant area. Everything seems to go smoothly as you spend the hours harvesting the precious crop. It comes as a shock as one of the soldiers raises a cry of alarm. A large cavalry squadron is approaching and they are not friends. It won't take long before they are here. You are in charge and must think quickly. You might seek refuge in a small forest to the northwest. If you are not too slow, you should be able to reach it in time before you are swept up. Or you might convince your men to suppress panic, close ranks and move orderly towards the trees, trying to keep the enemy at bay. Give orders to close ranks, that's what I'm going to do. The horsemen are counting on you to break and disperse, but your men's discipline and training have prevailed. The charge is called off before the impact, but they keep harassing you as they can while the solid square you have formed slowly moves towards the safety of the forest. Oh, that's lovely to get those three upgraded. I think at this point in the game, because you're like a Centurio Prior or Posterior, you start getting a lot more leadership things, and your charisma, awareness, and intellect starts to get a lot more kind of chances. You easily ward off the occasional spear thrust. That sword and shield are really strong. At last, you reach the forest. You press on through the trees where the cavalry won't dare follow. You keep moving for about half an hour. You are still safe from the cavalry, but there might be other dangers lurking in a place like this. You hear noises of battle coming from not far away. All eyes turn to you. This might lead to another ambush, one you might not be able to escape. On the other hand, someone may be in need of help. Get ready for battle and follow the noises. There's a glade in front of you. A bunch of legionnaires are trying to fight off a much larger party of Thracian auxiliaries. You're seen almost immediately and have to defend yourself. You have enough men to turn the tides of this clash. Let's see. This guy is pretty basic. Mercenaries like him are commonly found in the employ of Hellenistic armies. Thrace, I believe, is the region west of Constantinople. Like the kind of, that's the bridge between Asia Minor and wait, is that Thrace? Am I thinking of the right area? Not Trace, Thrace. I am, yes. It's kind of a region west of the crossing. But let's try and end this guy in one throw. Oh, that's not good, buddy. He's fighting within a confined space without a shield, and he has a defense penalty. What's a run fear? Let me look that up. Hang on. Run fear. That's a big sword. Fun. But yeah, that's probably, other than just outright killing them, getting their shield is probably like the best thing you can get. Because, yeah, he's not gonna do well here. I didn't even go for the neck. Oh, I missed. That's fine. Even though I missed, it literally did nothing to my chances of killing this guy. Ouch. Yeah, that was a bad hit. I think it's a good thing that I killed that guy so fast, because I don't think he had much left down below after stabbing him that many times. We're actually really strong right now. Ooh, I get an Attic helmet. Let's compare this. Slight better protection, better neck, but I'm always wary of taking the penalties to awareness. Ooh, a Phrygian beard. That's just kind of cool. And quickness as well, like lowering my capabilities are always, I'm always nervous about that. The remaining Thracians make their escape. Rather than face the risk of another surprise, you decide to put as much distance as possible between you and them. And the thing about breaking shields with the Roman pilum is that was actually something that was an ingenious design by the Romans. So the way it was a javelin, but the javelin was kind of wooden, I believe. Ruidus Uitus, the groin puncher. My superpower is I punch them really hard in the bollocks, and they just die. But then the spear part of the shield would be thin, not thin, but like strong enough that it's good for a spear, as a javelin. But it was thin and long at the tip, and then at the very point it had like a little hook, like kind of like a fishing hook, basically. That if it goes into something, it would be very hard to pull out. So they would take this and they would throw it, and oftentimes it could hit them and deal a lot of damage. But other times, it would hit the shield and embed... Yeah, a barb. Barb is the perfect word. It would go into the shield, and the weight of the end of the pilum would actually bend the long tip of metal down and pull the shield down, because it was a heavy... I think it was heavy enough. And that would basically make your shield useless, because now you have this spike, this thing that has, even if you try and pull it out, it's stuck in because of the barb. And it's not an easy, like, just straight pull. You can't, like, pull the barb through the hole, like, get easy leverage. It's bent down and it's pulling your shield. It's an ingenious design by them. The soldiers you have rescued are eager to join your party. From a hilltop, you can see a large tract of land. The most direct route to your camp goes through the plain in front, but the presence of an enemy cavalry squadron dissuades you from going down this road. There are two alternatives: wooded, ragged ground to your left, and marshland to your right. Both offer good cover, or so it appears. Up to you, D. I require your opinion. The woods or the marshlands? We are heavy infantry, so I would be wary of marshes, personally. We aren't like those Britannians, those people in the Britons, who can live in the marshes with their heads above the water for days on end. You suppose the wood. Let's give the wood a try. The crossing is difficult. At one point, the ruckus and swearing behind your shoulders tells you that something serious happened. Oh no. Marcellus, one of the soldiers, fell off an escarpment. He landed on the ground 6 paces below and seems to be seriously injured. You clumsy fuck. There is no way for him to come back from there, and there is no easy way in. Unless you want to abandon him to his fate, someone must climb down and help him find his way to camp. Let's go to his aid. Apilius and Quirinus are ready to follow you. Cautiously, you begin the tricky descent. It's a demanding task, but you reach the bottom safely. Marcellus is always tripping over and falling on things. Marcellus's sword arm is broken, and he limps heavily as he walks. When Aquilus and Quirinus reach you, you say goodbye to your brothers in arms above and set off on your own. You've been walking for a while, ears up for any suspicious sounds. In a shocking, horrifying moment, you see both Aquilus and Quirinus collapse. Oh no! Each with a javelin stuck through his body. Thoughts and instincts overlap your mind. Whoever did this possessed great skills and training. This could be where we die. This is a tough fight, but we're playing a virtuous character. I'm not leaving him to die. 2 figures emerge from the trees. You recognize their insignia. Peltasts. Philip's elite troops. One of them comes to you. The other attacks Marcellus. You must dispatch the opponent quickly. Marcellus won't be able to resist long. Play dead, Marcellus? No, he's too stupid. Okay, we have a chance to hit him with the javelin. I hit him in the head? I hit him in the head with a javelin, and it did 4 damage? No. Boo. Boo. Bad game. Bad game. He belongs to the elite infantry unit of Philip V, Peltast. Their role is similar to the legendary High Papists of Alexander's times. I believe those were the silver shields, I think anyway. This guy has the strongest helmet in the world. It's a Phrygian bearded helmet. Damn you. I have to be quick as well, because if you take too much time... Ooh, he hit me. He hit me. Okay. Alright. I have pretty good chance of hitting him, though. each time. I'm going to go for groin. Because if I take too long, Marcellus could die. Now, he got us into this situation. But I'm going to try... Okay, I'm actually kicking his ass right now. But you can see I'm actually starting to get hit. Was I going to the Xiphos? No, I definitely have the better thing. You fling yourself at the second Peltast just before he lands the killing blow on a knocked out Marcellus. Okay, thank God. I thought Marcellus was going to be up here, just unconscious. Okay, I'm going to leave this guy attack me first. Let's see how well he can attack. Nah, this guy's dead. How strong is he? He's actually pretty strong. We're going to knock him down. Oh. Stab him in the groin. His armor blocked it? No, that's not fair. Ooh, okay. I have to be careful here because he's recovered fully. Deft feint, come on. Oh, yes. Attack him in the groin again. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, he missed. Torso. Back up and recover myself. Groin armor is probably good. Yeah, I should probably get a cod piece for battles. We don't have that. I have chainmail, which does hang below. It does, I believe. It covers my groin 100%, so I do have groin armor. I have a cod piece. I might. Have you guys seen those special cod pieces where it makes it look like it's a particularly large cod piece that you need? Uh-oh. Back up and recover. And this guy. The shaped ones, yeah. Okay, thank God I have this chainmail, because that has saved me multiple times. This is the first time I've been hit multiple times in a fight. Look, I'm just saying, if I had the money to do that, I probably would have done that as well. Marcellus regains consciousness and looks appalled at the sight of the 4 corpses. You can tell he feels guilty for the death of Aquilus and Quirinius, but he can't stop thanking you for saving his life. You can't stay around for too long. You set off after one last goodbye to your fallen friends. That got me a lot of opinion. You eventually leave the hills and even rejoin your group as soon as you come in sight of your camp. It turns out the path you took was much shorter than theirs after all. You find confusion when you arrive at the camp. Small parties of survivors like yours are coming with alarming news of what is happening outside. The consul sends out his cavalry to rescue the beleaguered foragers and lead the heavy infantry in support. You've led back many men. Your excellent work is greatly appreciated. Your mental attributes have not improved. Better luck next time. Fuck you, game. After your ordeal, you are left behind to garrison the base. The army comes back at the end of the day. The Macedonians have been repulsed and forced back to their camp. There is even a soldier who boasts of having killed Philip's horse, almost getting the king himself. You find that hard to believe. An armistice is declared to bury the dead on both sides. The night is silent and peaceful. But when the morning comes, you are baffled to find out that Philip and his army have left. For the moment, Galba does not seem inclined to give chase. I got 2 cups. I got a civic crown for saving the life of a Roman citizen in battle, killing an enemy, and holding the ground afterwards. And I got a gold armilia. Your awe-inspiring battle power. You would be promoted if there was a position available. You'll have... Can my Centurio Prior, Prior, I think it is, or whatever his name is, can he die? Can he get promoted, or can he get stabbed? That's not fair. Didn't even get an upgrade to my... The Centurio Prior. Yeah, can you just fall over? It's a bit unfair. I don't even know what to do at this point. There's a discussion between your comrades. Titus Modius maintains that the world is round, a notion he must have heard somewhere in this land. Most of the rest believe it is a weird concept. I'll have my say. Agree with the majority that the world is flat. Agree with Modius that the world is round. On second thought, keep silent. I'll agree with Modius. I'm a smart guy. Of course the world is round. Haven't they noticed that? When a ship disappears at the horizon, the hull goes down and out of sight before the sails? Your companions are fascinated with the simplicity and irrefutability of your argument. I'm getting very unlucky on things. Philip comes very close to catching an army unprepared near Punic, and you are forced to retreat. Soon after, you attempted to march into the upper Macedonian region of Erdea. A narrow pass is the only way in. The Macedonian king must have anticipated the consul's move. Your scouts report that the pass has been fortified. It changes nothing. Galba resolves to force his army his way through. If nothing else, the ground is too difficult for the enemy to employ the phalanx. You were kept in reserve this time, and you observed the advance of some maniples from an elevated advantage point. Cretan archers are pestering them. Those are from the Isle of Crete, with arrows, but they know what to expect and march tidily under the protection of their large shields. When they get closer, the advance comes to a halt. It seems the defenders are throwing stones at them. The damage must be negligible, but the noise is certainly frightening many of the men. It takes a while for the officers to regroup the maniples and resume the advance. They finally reach the ramparts and begin to put some pressure on the Macedonians. At the same time, you see other units attacking a nearby hilltop. A short and brutal clash ensues. The enemy is ousted, and your fellow legionaries have gained a convenient access to the rear of the Macedonian line. When they reach the back of the ramparts, the battle becomes a one-sided bloodbath. I often wonder what happens in this game. If you try and survive the whole way through, but you don't really do much in battle, you just try and keep back, keep out of the way, and you just constantly stay as a low-leveled position rather than rising through the ranks. You gained access to Erdea, but the pass was defended by a relatively small number of troops. Where is the rest of Philip's army? I'm going to do some more training with Even with much of the enemy army out of the way, there are strong rumors about troubles in the north of the country. Everybody knows you won't be pushing deep into Macedonia. Your supply lines are already as stretched as they are. It doesn't matter, you have the region of Erdea at your mercy, and that will be enough for the moment. Several towns fall with hardly any resistance, heavy with plunder and leaving a trail of destruction behind you. You move back into the territory of the Desarte. Here, the consul chooses the city of Pelion as a future base of operations against Macedonia. Its inhabitants don't share his view. You will capture Pelion by force. Today, you'll storm the city walls. Wherever you look, men are at work building ladders. I'll have my say. Hopefully it works. Do what they can to thwart your action. Ladders are propped up. You did an outstanding job. Their length is perfect. The first man over the wall. You are not in charge of the maniple. Making it on your own will be even more difficult. I'm going to go for the mural crown. Let's go. Let's go for our second mural crown. Climb at breakneck speed. And now I just have to fight a bunch of guys at a big disadvantage. But at this point, these are like militiamen. These guys don't have much ability. I think I'm probably going to cut through them. Oh, yeah. These guys aren't going to have a very fun time. Ooh, the neck. I just have to cut through them as fast as I can. I do feel a little bit bad. These are just people trying to defend themselves, defend their homelands. They're just being stabbed away. I missed. Damn it. An expert militiaman. Still not that strong, I have to say. It must have been terrifying assaulting a wall. Because, like, if you're on ladders and stuff and you're, like, climbing high up and you're trying to fight on a ladder, like, I already get a little bit shaky if I'm climbing high up on a ladder. Never mind. Oh, I should definitely back up and try and recover. Never mind if I was, like, fighting people. And you're, like, being shot with arrows and shit. What is that guy wearing? A domed nasal helmet. I don't think I've ever seen that in this game. I must have, but it's pretty good, actually. Death's not a lot of options to move on a ladder. No. Like, I've done sword fighting. I'm trained in it. I can't even imagine how. It must be a lot flatter, I suppose. Like, not flatter, but like less of an incline. Because I just don't see how you're meant to get any power, any like movement from that position. It could be that like your job is to just push as hard as you can and try and like just shove your way on there. Okay, I'm missing the couple. I'm gonna back up and recover. Forward and then stab my man down. Come on, stop missing. Oh my god, no. I'm actually gonna get tired pretty soon. Okay, that guy's dead. I think we should be able to get that mural crown. You know what though? You know what? These guys are in the perfect. I have the low ground, so I'm in the perfect position to do my patented ball stab. There we go. No one else has made it to the top yet. You are the first. Hey, I won the crown. The city is yours to take. Not long afterwards, you are walking along the streets of Pelion. Your orders are the same as usual in this kind of situation. Kill anything you meet, be it people or animals. On your right, there is a beautiful small temple of the goddess Ceres, whom the locals call Demeter. You see a lone man in the street. The moment he sees you, he is frozen with terror. He is unarmed and looks too old and scrawny to fight anyway. Hardly a threat. A couple of legionaries promptly move towards him, sword at the ready. You are in command of this group. I stop them. I'm a virtuous man. Your soldiers look at you in confusion, but you repeat your command and they fall back in line. The men trust you. Nobody questions your order. You gesture at the old man to go into the temple and stay there. As he complies, you hear a sigh of relief from someone in your ranks. After a while, the sounds of trumpet announces that Pelion has been secured. The slaughter is over and the pillage begins. When the situation has settled down, the rewards for the fight at the wall are assigned. You are awarded a mural crown, along with a munificent. Munificent? I haven't heard that word. I feel like I've heard that word before, but it feels new to me. Nice. Philip had to deal with an invasion by the Dardanians from the north. The attackers are retreating now, hard-pressed by a Macedonian army. After garrisoning the freshly conquered city of Pelion, Galba turns westward to your original starting point before winter comes. The rich loot of your raid in Upper Macedonia and Dasretia is shared among the troops. Dude, I am rich at this point. Part of it has been set aside and is going to be up for grabs in a series of games to be held. You can expect the cream of the crop to compete. Each winner will receive 1,000 denarii. There are also 250 denarii for runners-up and 100 for third place finishers. Actually, wait, let me check something, because I don't think you guys can see that. I'm gonna check the achievements, because I think I have a lot of achievements, but I think there might be one. Win a foot race against the best runners in the army. Have a shield skill of at least 92. Become a consul in the epilogue. Win at least 18 cups. Finish the game with a character that spent no points on achievements, which is pretty tough, I have to say. So the only one I don't have is the foot race. How fast is my quickness? My quickness is actually my highest skill. Constitution is low, though, but endurance is really high. Let's try the foot race. Let's get that achievement. Most of the best runners in the army participate in the race, including Spurious. Okay, buddy. Alright, buddy. I know you're fast, but you don't need to take your name. Equitus? Equitius? That's the name for, like, the Roman cavalry. Equites. Is he calling him... Is this man's name... Hang on a second. Is this man's name Spur Horse? Okay, Mr. Bailey. Well known for his superb... He's a fat... It's literally a horse. This is a horse dressed up in Roman armor. They've just tied a little breastplate to him. They stuck a little shield and a tiny little sword onto his saddle, and they gave him a little helmet. It's just an actual horse. Just run as fast as you can and throw up after. That was my usual tactic, I must say. That was my usual tactic in when playing rugby. I had multiple games where I would go off and get sick during halftime. I'm gonna keep a steady pace. A mediocre lap. You're in the middle group. I'm gonna sprint. You're steadily gaining ground. You're slowing. You're showing the strain after sprinting. The next lap will be harder. Keep a steady pace. Oh no, I'm too slow. Among the last. I was too slow. I wasn't even near being good enough. Maybe I shouldn't have challenged Fast Horse. The new consul, Publius Villius Tapulus. Hard to win against an actual horse, yeah. They're like, Rudius, you know this is a horse race. I'm just standing there on my 2 feet while everyone else is on a horse. I'm like, what? This is a horse race, Rudius. The new consul, Publius Villius Tapulus, brings reinforcements from Italia and takes charge. Galba's term of office is over. Almost 2,000 veterans from the African campaign are mutinying. For one thing, they claim that they have never volunteered for this war, but were forced to embark by the tribunes of the former consul. For another, they have served for long enough and have the right to go back to their families. I'm going to be sympathetic. You can't turn your back on the brothers in arms who share the hardships of the African campaign with you. They have every right to make their demands. After all, they have given to the Republic. The situation is resolved when the new consul, Tapulus, agrees to write to the Senate about the veterans' request, providing the mutiny is called off immediately. Damn. He probably doesn't want to be the guy who kills, like, the great winners of, I'm just gonna keep one of those Phrygian bearded helmets as a prize. I'll keep one of those. Let me just... I'm not getting anything right now from training. What's my very high? I'm gonna offer sacrifice, I guess. Your virtues see you, your true soldiers see you as a reliable and just leader. That's fine. There is always a considerable number of merchants mingled with a crowd of camp followers. One of them invites you to take a look at his wares. Let's take a look. You find nothing of interest. Okay, game. Thanks. That's great. I'm gonna have fun. With the arrival of spring and news of Philip's presence in nearby Epirus, Tapulus is eager to leave winter quarters and move towards the enemy. You are encamped after a long day's march when something completely unexpected happens. The new consul is here, ready to take command and send Tapulus back to Rome. He must have left Italia much sooner than customary, and hurried by forced marches since then. He is very young for a consul, about your age, but Titus Quintius Flaminius looks like a very driven man. A few days later, his reinforcements join you. Flaminius has brought over 3,000 men, many of them veterans who served in Hispania and Africa. How's my character looking? to get that to 92. I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll try. We'll keep trying training. Oh, I'm put in charge of another. What is this? Why am I in the middle of a mountain? What would be the best way? Probably over those. Yeah, going right around probably isn't the best. I probably just want to do something like this. Just do this, and we can get moving. Oh my god. Oh, I found a good hunting spot. Steal from these villages. I have to be careful because time is going to be of the essence here. Come across some not so well hidden valuables. You are sent here to find supplies, not to sack the place. Virtue, I'm going to resist the temptation. Okay, let's get back. Go through this way. And this way. This way, this way, this way. There we go. Easy. That's the third time that my mental attributes have not improved. So sad. I have one more training. Okay. No, I have one more. Shield skill is increased. Let's play a board game. Oh, I lost Daenerys. Okay, let's move on. You overhear two tribunes discussing the present situation. The youngest of the pair insists that it would be better to take the long route through Dasaritia, bypass the enemy entirely, and invade Macedonia from there. Can I read? How's my intellect? 71? I think I can probably read. I can read, like, symbols. His colleague replies that such a move would leave Philip's army between you and your bases on the coast. Not the brightest maneuver he has ever seen. It would also solve nothing. If you want to obtain a decisive advantage, you have to face the Macedonians now. He's literate. I think, like, a little bit literate. The consul, Flaminius, must have thought the same, because you are marched to the river Aeus, where the enemy is waiting for you. You make camp and prepare for the inevitable. So many years campaigning under your belt, and you are still not completely used to this. Regardless, you don't let any of your nervousness show on the outside. The enemy's position is very solid and difficult to attack. It is no surprise when the consul accepts a summit with Philip to discuss peace terms. He needs time to figure out how to crack this nut. It is even less surprising when the meeting comes to nothing. The next day, several skirmishes break out between patrols on the plain separating your camp from the Macedonians. The fighting is spreading quickly, and your unit is sent out to help reduce the presence or the pressure. Philip has sent reinforcements too. The first thing you notice are the 20 feet tall pikes held high by the rear ranks. The phalanx. The phalanx is approaching. You've seen many things in your last 12 years. None of them were as scary as 5 layers of spear points advancing towards you like an impregnable death-dealing wall. And this is where the game awareness, for a brief moment you have a good line of sight. Pick off the enemy officer. Those are some big pikes, yeah. Macedonians have big pikes. Your aim is amazing. Your missile strikes true, killing the unfortunate victim on the spot. I just took out an officer. That's at least a reward. Notice I'm not to just snipe the leader. I took his ass out. Notice I'm not fighting a person. I alone apparently. Like, it's just me. I'm just this guy here, and they're just like, we'll hang back. I'm fighting the phalanx. The nigh impenetrable formation which has been dominating the eastern battlefields for a century and a half. The thing is, with the phalanx, as I believe anyway, as time went on from Alexander's time, and then you had the successor kingdoms, they started adding more and more men to the phalanxes and making it a little bit more unwieldy as time went on. But we're going to javelin these guys in the face. I missed. So, it kind of changes here. You have the ability to slash, and that decreases their health. Decoy, what does decoy do? Reduces their stance by 5 and 10. Chance of full success. Then you have chop, which I think deals the most amount of damage. Chance to hit the opponent will resist up to 8 damage with 24. 0.4. And then you have a shield push. What does this do? Ah, that's like the big chance of success in the primary check. Chance to overcome this opponent's strength resistance. So yeah, you can see they're very strong. These guys are scary, I'm not gonna lie. They're this is where things can get very bad. I'm gonna take the risk though and move forward and try and I'm gonna be recovering a lot here. I'm not gonna be trying to be too strong against these guys. You know, 9 is okay. Damn it, stop pushing me. I'm trying to decoy. The thing is just like in the... Okay. That sounded good. Just like in the main game, they can recover. So sometimes it's literally just pointless to... you guys. They're not even attacking me. They're just pushing me. That's so mean. What happens is if you're able to push through there and like kill them, you basically get to push into the phalanx and like fight phalangites, and they're very easy to kill, I will say. Ooh, okay, this is a chance. I'm gonna go for chops. Come on, come on. I don't know if I'll get it. No, I don't think I'm gonna get it. No! Oh, they missed. And that was the last chance. Like, there's a lull in the fighting. You might take this chance to fall back and recover as a centurion you were expected to lead. No, I almost have him dead. Oh. Okay, so we do. I'm gonna hold back and just... Good chance of stopping. Oh, that's not good. Come on, recover. Recover, you bastard. We might actually kill this one. Come on. I'm like chipping away at them. Ooh. Okay. We got him. We got the... We killed an entire phalanx. An entire... Reminder, an entire phalanx had like 600 men. But see, now we're fighting like the phalangites, and they're not very strong. All by my... Yeah, I did it all by myself. He's at a disadvantage at hand-to-hand combat, and I am going to destroy his ass. That sounded bad. The way I said it just sounded kind of... Wait, who are you? No. I didn't know there was going to be another person. Go for the legs, he doesn't have any armor. What? There's another one. Okay. There's quite a few of them. I can only kill one. How very Roman of. true, D. Very true. I'm really role playing the being a Roman. His armor is pretty good actually. Ooh. That's not good. You know what? I feel pretty confident. I don't think they're good. Ooh, I should have tried to recover. Well, I killed one. That's okay. I'm getting very tired. Next time I definitely need to pull back. Okay, let's try and kill one more. Let's go for his legs. I got hit. You piece of shit. I'll cut his legs. Get me one more. Yeah. I'll go for the one that's a little bit more tired. Well, he has greaves. I'm not very happy with that one. I'll go for the one. Go for that one. Probably be moving soon. We'll just keep it. I missed. I'm gonna try and recover because I'm getting very tired, fatigued. Hopefully, I have a moment to rest soon. Okay, let's try and kill one more. I can seriously wound that one. That one. That would be great. Okay, he's seriously wounded. I'm gonna try and get soft spot torso. That never really works. I'm just gonna try and kill that instead. Hey, winner. You've opened up a gap in the phalanx. Other legionaries follow in your wake and engage the astonished Macedonians. Their opposition becomes weaker and weaker until they start falling back. Skirmishers promptly interfere to cover their withdrawal. They can't hold you for long. You start giving chase as soon as you've regrouped. Your pursuit takes you closer and closer to the enemy camp. The ground is getting unfavorable. Such a slope is going to make it very difficult for you to fight. In an instant, the noise and the cries of your companions alert you to a more horrifying danger. The Macedonians have put up siege engines to reinforce their position. They are shooting at you with their ballistae. And this is actually something that Philip of Macedonia, the second, Alexander the Great's father, did. He was one of the first people to use artillery. Something smashes your shield and knocks you off your feet. In the shock of the moment, your first clear thought is that your arm is still attached. It must have been a glancing blow, or you would be dead already. Enemies are approaching from above. You feel very vulnerable without your shield. So yeah, this is where if you're not a centurion, you probably just die unless you run away. Oh god. Excuse me a moment, I will do those push-ups in 2 moments. I have to just clean. I spilled something. Okay, I have returned. Oh no, I saw some coke. On carpets. I hate that. I hate it so much. And it's behind my desk. I can't really reach it to at least wipe it off. Oh no, I can't. It's gonna be sticky. I'll probably do it after. No, you know, whatever. It's fine. But I got some push-up redeems, so I haven't done them in a while. So we'll do a few. I'll probably aim for like 30. Wait. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 20. There we go. 3 push-up. 3 push-up. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe the patch that I spilt it on. I put some tissue onto it. That might help soak it up a little. Ugh. But hello, Lancelot. Thank you for joining. But because I'm a Centurion, I can take this guy's shield. He complies without arguing. Okay. Your enemies have the high ground. Your max stance is penalized. Okay, I'm fighting a... What the fuck is that thing? A Thuriophorus. Medium all-purpose infantry. Not very strong, I'm going to be honest. I wonder, is it the same Scutum? Oh, it is. Cool. Yeah, I feel like if you're not a Centurion there, and you try and run away, or you try and fight, you probably just die here. Stab on the legs. Miss. Stab on the groin. Stab on the groin again. How you doing, Lancelot? Stab on the legs again. I'm a little bit small but tired now. Not too tired, it's actually okay. I took a risk there, and it paid off. Go for his neck. Ooh, that was a big hit. You actually clicked the link to the stream ages ago, but never actually clicked into the tab out of your game. Not having a shield really messes up your defense. Oh yeah, if you don't have a shield in this game, like I remember fighting the what was his name? The Peltast Agnata? I don't think that was it, but it was like the leader of like the special Peltast group, like the boss of the Greek chapter basically. And I'd fought him before on a really strong character, and he beat my ass up and down the pitch. And then the next time I fought him, I got lucky and took out his shield. The exact same thing that you're saying happened to you. Hang on, I'm going to just plug in my charger. The exact same thing. And I beat his ass. I enjoyed toying with him. But hello Elbaxo. Thank you so much for the first time chat. Probably one of the only few people who follow this game on Twitch. It's a really great game. I really wish there was more of it. More like versions of these of this game. I think he had a great idea. Wait, who made this game again? Legionary's Life developer. Alessandro Roberti. I suppose he was probably very interested in this time period, so I just made sense for him. The only way I ever found to defeat those like the real elites of the game was by hiding in the back here, blocking until they make a mistake, and then just cutting at their legs to lower their fatigue, and just hoping I get lucky. I would lose like 20 morale by just sitting back here until they made a mistake, but it literally didn't matter. I was going to win. Okay. Yeah, that's right. There we go. Ooh, I can take his neck. His head will be covered. Let's go for his glove. Come on, let's try and get this guy. More campaigns would be awesome. Oh yeah, definitely. I know it even has you fighting in the defend and spam respite. Pretty much. It's the only way you can really survive though. Just before you joined, we managed to push through a phalanx. I remember the first time I came up against that thing, I got bullied. As soon as you gain a little ground, the difficult terrain and the enemy defenses unravel your progress. When sunset comes, the skirmish dies out. Actually, Elbatzo, the reason why we're playing this game, I played this before. Obviously, you're probably hearing me. Not as long as he's holding Philip with a frontal assault. Not as long as he's holding his advantageous position. But we recently read Scipio Africanus, Greater Than Napoleon by D.H. Little... What was his full name again? B.H. Little Heart, which is a great biography. We read it on stream. A great biography about Scipio. I think one of the first real ones that were written in English, other than like one in I think the 1700s, that was written by a monk. One night, your maniple and many others are silently gathered in the intervallum between the ramparts and defence. It is a little army, perhaps as big as a legion. A tribune is in charge, and there is a bound man next to him. So I thought that playing this game would be a nice little addition to the story we read about Scipio. You march under the moonlight, away from the enemy, at least initially. Eventually, you take a path through the mountains. Before dawn, you encamp to eat and rest, only to resume your journey at night. They say the bound man is a local shepherd who promised to lead you behind the Macedonian camp. He is bound to make sure he stays true to his word, but has been promised a rich payment for his help. On the third night, you are told to be doubly vigilant. You must be very close to your destination. For one brief instant, you see what looks like a helmet lift in the moonlight on the rise of a path. Enemy lookouts. You immediately raise the alarm. Let's take part in the chase. Even with the help of the moonlight, the hunt is very demanding and lookouts had a good head start. But you never lose sight of them. Only Terentius is keeping up with you. When the two fugitives realize you are getting too close, they turn round to fight a desperate battle. Drusius Terentius. This guy's pretty rich actually. He has a short chainmail. We're both a little tired though. Both of us are a little bit tired. I'd say, who am I more likely? I'm more likely to hit this guy. Oof. I think I hit him in the leg. Yep, bullseye in the leg. Yeah, I don't think these guys have much of a chance. I never get to see the tier 3 like tired. I'm pretty sure it looks really. He's not even standing. He's gone. He's turned to dust. This character is exhausted and suffers severe penalties to every check. And this poor guy, he's not having a very fun time. I'm gonna go for his neck. Oh, he blocked. Dude, you don't have to take more of his stance away. He can barely fight. Poor guy. You piece of shit! You stole my kill. I was the one who hit him in the leg with my javelin. I feel like it would be so cool if you had this, even in like different time periods. Like if you were a day in the life of a Macedonian, of an Alexandrian, I don't know, officer or something, or Not not a day in the life. It's not an anime. A Legionary's life just sounds really good, but you could do something like something similar to for Alexander. That guy took both of my kills. Other legionaries are arriving in 2 or 3s, but this battle is already over. You join the bulk of your force and resume your march. You played a salient role in both spotting and dealing with the threat. This is getting noticed. Experience sharpens your mind. That's great to get those. And I got a cup. Defeated on your own initiative. I should have had at least 3. At least 2. That guy stole both of those kills. Piece of shit. Slice of life? Yeah. Slice of life anime. With Scipio Africanus and Hannibal Barca. You arrive at your destination before dawn. You are told that the enemy is below the other side of the height you are holding right now. You can take some time to rest, but soon in the morning the Tribune signals your position to the consul with a column of smoke. After this, you are told to wait and be at the ready. It is hard to say how long you have been waiting. In moments like these, time always seems to slow down. Now you can clearly hear the noise of battle coming from the other side. At last, the order to advance is given. When you appear above the enemy camp, you can feel their panic even from this far. Some of them attempt to oppose your advance, but they are routed with ease. The rest of the Macedonian army is fighting against the troops that remain with Flaminius. The mere sight of you approaching them from behind is too much for them. They give up the battle and flee. Were it not for the rugged ground that hampered your cavalry, Philip would have lost most of his army today. As it is, many of the Macedonians managed to escape, including their king. You could have won the war on this very day. On a positive note, they have left behind some of their possessions in a hasty flight. Your deeds have taken your skill a step further, and I got a gold Amelia. In recognition of your efforts and achievements, he finally died, or he was promoted himself. I like to think he died. The Centurio Prior has left, and I am now the Centurio Prior. You are in charge of both the right-hand century and the whole maniple. Beast. Consul Flaminius is known for being a Philhellene, a great admirer of Grecian culture. He thinks virtuous, honourable officers like you will help establish firm and long-lasting ties with the locals. Cool. Your soldiers see you as a reliable and just leader. Excellent. Extra coaching. Yeah, it's kind of not much. You just keep. See if I can get my character skill above 90. My shield and sword skill even higher. Probably it's probably my best bet right now. Just to keep trying. Your victory at the Aeos opened up a path through Epirus and into Thessalia, a region known long under Macedonian dominion. Here you are joined by 2 allies, the Aetolians and the Athamenes. They have already taken control of several towns. The consul is determined to capture the city of Phaloria, but it is garrisoned by 2,000 troops of Philip's army soldiers. It soon becomes clear that this is going to be harder than usual. The defenders are driving back every assault. Days after the siege began, your patrol captures a group of merchants not too far from the city. Try to pry some useful information. They won't cooperate. I'm a virtuous man. I'll just take them back. Today you will storm the city walls. Wherever you look, men are at work building ladders. I'll have my say. Did I succeed? Oh, I think they'll do. I didn't succeed amazingly, but they'll do. As a senior centurion in the maniple, you should count on the help of your men. Let's go for the mural crown and try to be the first over the wall. Your men are helping, but they don't seem too eager. Well, fuck you guys. Oh. It's okay. I'm fast enough to block. Oh, this time we're facing garrison soldiers. These guys are a little bit tougher. Maybe I should... I'll just attack his torso. I should have let them attack me first. I really should have let them attack me first. That's not good. I'm gonna go for that one. I'm gonna go for his legs. Somehow I don't think I'm gonna get the That's been a constant issue in this playthrough. I have not had very good charisma, enough to be like a commander and a leader. I've constantly failed little checks like that. Oh, there's groin. These can be a little tedious, I will say. That's right, the one thing. But I guess when you're going for a mural crown, it's meant to be kind of like a difficult thing to do. It's meant to take like time. I don't like there being 2 and me being low. Oh, that guy. Okay, missed a bit. Let's go for his leg. Oh, I shouldn't have gone for his leg because he had armor. Just keep trying to cut through. I find I never really... I don't know about you, Alberto, but I find I never really use the soft spot attack. Maybe I should be trying that a bit more. It never really seems to do much about the armor situation. Like, they seem to just be able to, Ooh, he did a tiny chunk of damage to me. It never seems to change anything about, like, the armor absorption. I know it's chance, but, like, I don't know. I am getting very unlucky. Oh, they're starting to hit me. I'm gonna keep pressuring this guy. Try and kill him. There we go. Come on. Yeah. This one's tired. I'm gonna go for his leg. Oh, come on. I wanted to at least get an attack before he managed to cover up again. His legs are the main thing that's undefended, so... I'm gonna step back and recover now. Go for him. Come on. Now I'm tired. If I have to fight another one, could be an issue. Cover. I gotta do the same. Oh, he did not. I'll try not to. Yes! That's better than where I was, I suppose. I'm gonna go for a neck. I'm gonna go just for the torso. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna recover. Hello, Billy. Hello, Billy. We're trying to kill this one guy, and he's just holding the wall against me. How you doing? How you doing, Billy? You doing okay? He's not very good at recovering. This guy is teetering on the edge of the wall. Hey. Okay, I did it under 40 rounds. You're so silly. You are a pretty silly guy. You were not the first to make it to the top. I'm very disappointed in my troops. They didn't help me. The burning ruins of Feloria. Oh, I lost a bit of morale, I think, because dependent and critical thinking and decisiveness makes you stand out. Hey, that means they must think I'm pretty smart. Billy is a pretty silly guy. Why are you feeling silly, though? Are you feeling especially silly today? You're crossing an irregular stony trail. Suddenly, you notice something that freezes you. There's a viper right next to your left foot. Its triangular head is staring at you. I have 91, I can definitely kill it. Impressive economy of movement, you unsheath your sword and decapitate the snake. Maybe I should have just left him alone. You suffer a mortifying setback at Atrix. Your siege engines tear down a section of the city walls, but the Macedonian garrison forms a phalanx behind the breach. They thwart any attempt to break into the city. The fact that your manable wasn't involved in the attacks does little to lessen your frustration. This episode is an anguishing reminder of how impervious a phalanx can be under the right conditions. Flaminius raises the siege and leads you in search of less defended targets. The towns of Phantius, Andicyra, Ambrasus, Hyampolis, and Dalius fall in rapid succession. I have not gotten... One of the tribunes commends you in front of the commander. Hey, nice. Cavalry scouts have reported the presence of a heavily guarded convoy. It was accompanied by soldiers in chainmail. Thoracatai. This is how they call them in these parts. The rest of your raiding party is too far away. Should you attack with the troops you have with you, you are going to be outnumbered against tough, well-trained, and well-equipped opponents. They may be guarding something important, though. Ooh, I have a special ability here, because I'm intelligent. You remember an ideal place for an ambush 2 hours away along the route of the convoy. Let's do it. You reach the place and position your legionaries with accurate instructions. Then you lie in wait, after what seems like an entire eternity. The ground here will nullify the numerical advantage well, at least in part, but the battle won't be easy. Let's do it, let's attack. Your javelin lodges in the Thoracite's shield and makes him fall back. You press on the attack, forcing your enemies to fight in a disadvantageous position. I'm just getting all kinds of lucky right now. Thorios. The ironclad warrior is plainly a notch above even the typical professional soldier. Let's try and javelin his ass. Oh, buddy, that's just another shield gone. I'm sorry. You're just... This guy has all kinds of things going wrong for him right now. I'm just gonna take his legs. I just cut off his head. I'm pretty sure. Wow, that did a lot of damage to his leg. Let's knock his ass off. Yeah, these guys got bullied by my ambush, I have to say. Ooh, I'm gonna step back. I'm getting a little bit more than I'm happy with. Keep the pressure on these spear guys. They get a disadvantage when you get close to them. There we go. Easy win. Short chainmail. I already have these. Those are fine. The remaining Thoracatai surrender. You have taken the convoy with minimal losses. And I get experience. The wagons are laden with silver and iron, even some gold. You also find a strange small bar of strange metal. It is very similar to iron in weight, but it exhibits wavy streaks, the likes of which you have never seen. There are barely 6 librae. You take the prisoners and the valuable cargo back to your camp. The consul rewards you and the legionaries who took part in the ambush. Your reputation with him is so high that he gifts the ingot of strange metal to you. You decide to take it to Perseus. He is the best weaponsmith in the legion and will surely know what to do with it. Perseus looks at the ingot, then at you, then at the ingot again. He mumbles something about Ceric iron, whatever that's supposed to mean. When he recovers his coherence, I don't think I've gotten this before actually, this is new to me. He tells you the alloy comes from far, far east. He heard about it during your stay this side of the sea, but didn't even believe that it really existed until this very moment. He smiles when you ask if you can make it into a sword, a good sword out of it. With iron like this, he says, he'll make the best sword you've ever had. The good fortune to handle. Days later, your sword is ready. Perseus wasn't kidding. The sword is a marvel to be seen, but it is not until you test its balance and edge that you realize its true potential. You thank the smith. He shrugs and says he was glad to be of service to a high-principled man like you, and you know he owed you a favor or two. Let's go take a look at my inventory. So right now I have the Gladius Hispanius. I think I need to go... click this. No, how do I change inventory? The only way I know how to do that is by searching. The speed arises of your men and a group of Aetolian allies. It's only your intervention. Ooh, a Etruscan Corinthian helmet. That's kind of a cool looking thing. Wait, I think it's maybe this sword. No, I'm viewing that, which is a little bit better than what I have, but I'm pretty sure... Oh wait, hang on. Let me do that. Yeah, let me leave that. How do I... What's my inventory? Oh, there we go. I right click. You think you mouse 2 on your sword when you... Yeah, yeah. Oh! I've definitely not gotten this before. Ceric Iron Gladius. 13 to 20. Anti-armor 41. Oh my... Oh. I feel bad. I don't know how you do this, Alberto. I almost never wear greaves or anything that like takes away from my like skills. I just find I prefer to have the skills fully. Yeah, at this point, I think there's not much I can get from those. What am I? What's my 87? Come on, I want to get that. The Achaean League joins the anti-Macedonian coalition. Flaminius and Philip meet again to no avail. Many suspect the consul of keeping a door open in case his command is not prolonged, so that his successor won't take credit for ending the war. When he is given proconsular authority by the Senate, you are all certain that conflict will go on till an overwhelming defeat forces Philip to accept all of Rome's demand. Also, your army is partially renewed by thousands of reinforcements from home who join you. How's my very high? That's fine. My shield skill is getting a little bit higher. It's at 89 now. 90. I'm gonna offer sacrifice and get that 20 plus. You feel like your soldier would value protection over a minor amount of stats, but you can see why you would want to go for the highest value. Yeah, I like big number. Big number. The patrol you are leading comes across a merchant. This is a dangerous area where reported bandit activity and the merchant is afraid of his 2 guards won't be sufficient. His route is close enough. He asks if you're interested in escorting him against payment. Easy money, but you are not supposed to neglect your duty. I will refuse as a man of virtue. I am playing a very virtuous character. My virtue is pretty much almost maximum, I think. That's my very high still. I'll just keep trying to get that 92. Come on. Okay. So they're all over here. I just have to pick the best route. That's fine. I like the events that go on in the... Oh, you know what? If it's given to me, I'll do fish and stuff. Ooh, I actually don't have much time on this one. Definitely less. The hamlet has seen better days, and you will doom the inhabitants. I'll spare. Your charisma show respect. Hopefully I can gather enough. This is on the way. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab something something small. That might be enough. There we go. I'm better off going this way. Hey, easy. Easy job. Come on. You know what? I think I'd rather... I'm gonna go for some leisure and have a bit of fun. Alright, what's the next thing? You camp in proximity of Pherae, one of the most ancient cities in Thessalia. All you know is that Philip and the main body of his army are somewhere in this region. The air is heavy with tension. There is no way around a final confrontation to end this war. You find some comfort in the knowledge that this is the opponent you have already defeated in battle, but the setback at Artrax proves that under the right conditions, the phalanx can be nearly impossible to overcome. You can only hope that Flaminius is clever enough to prevent Philip from using his fearsome yet scarcely mobile weapon to its full effectiveness, or things could get very ugly. But that is way beyond your control. You immediately set the thought aside. You'd better stay focused on the things you can have an impact on. And I will say, again, like I always think back to the battle of, I think it's Granicus. One of them anyway. One of the battles against the Persians that Alexander does. It describes the phalanx as fighting up embankments, a river embankment. I think the phalanx under Alexander was fairly mobile, was fairly capable. I think this is the end of the thing. I got unlucky. 90. Maybe if I do really well, I'll get 2 upgrades to my fighting. But this is pretty much the final battle, the Battle of Kaino Kefale. You accompany a vanguard that mostly consists of light infantry. Your mission is to learn what you can of the Macedonian whereabouts. It's a surprisingly short quest. You are crossing the hills in the north of your headquarters when you run into a similarly composed party. Enemies. Their own camp must be very close. Philip is certainly not wasting time. He must have learned of your presence and is already on your heels. You don't have orders to attack on sight, so you just observe each other from a safe distance. As you wait for the messengers, oh god, this is the boss. I have been sent to Flaminius to come back with instructions. Part of the rival vanguard belongs to the Agema Peltasts. You can tell by their insignia. If normal Peltasts are the best of Philip's infantry, these are the cream of the crop. You cannot attack, but you can issue a challenge of single combat. It could be an occasion for personal glory, or an early grave. I have 91 shield, or sword, and 90 shield. I'm going to issue this challenge. These are elite troops, and most likely one of their best will answer your challenge. This is the game, and I have lost multiple runs to this fight. I love the fact that the game literally gives an intelligence check and goes, this is going to be hard. Let's do it. Ruadius Uidus Quialtus does not oh no, it's the leader, a Chiliarch, a commander of 1,000. There are only 2 of them in the Agema. In a brisk voice, he asks if you are Rudius Uitus Quialtus. When you confirm, he gives you a long, appraising look. It seems you have a reputation even among the enemy. The way he hurls his javelin at you leaves you no doubt about his deft skills. Wait, this guy has a javelin? That's not fair. You deflect his powerful and well-aimed attack. As you prepare to respond, he unsheaths his sword. You are startled when you recognize it. It is not the unusual blade they call Xiphos in this land. It is a Hispanian sword, much worse. You remember seeing the decorations on the hilt. Well, I have a special sword. The sword belonged to Tertius Curius Dentatus, one of the most prominent centurions in your legion. It was forged by a renowned Carpathian bladesmith. Dentanius fell almost 2 years ago near Pluina, reportedly killed by a leader of the Agema Peltasts. You don't believe there are more than a handful of opponents, as dangerous as this one in the whole world. But now, it is too late to turn back out. Oh my god, he's so he has such high defense. And he has greaves. Oh, this is going to be one that's going to take a while. Come on, get lucky with the javelin. I hit him in the balls, but only slightly. I'm backing up. He's going to attack. Okay, he attacked my legs. How's his strength? His strength isn't great. So maybe I can knock his ass out. He resisted my feint. I'm going to back up again. This now... El Barzo knows well, and anyone who has played this game knows well, this is when you literally just cower behind your shield for days on end and pray. Although I have a pretty good chance to hit his torso. Okay. I mean, if... That's not bad, I have to say. I'm going to take the chance to hit his arm. Okay, I'm going to back up and recover. I might be way quicker than him, though. Yeah, his constitution, his quickness isn't that great, his strength isn't that great. His coordination is really high. But, okay, I'm getting my hits in. If I can get his arm... Oh, this guy might be in a little spot of bother. Come on. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, he hit me in the head. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm going to back up because I now have the fatigue by far. I have the fatigue advantage by far. But he also just hit me in the head for a lot of damage. Oh, no. I'm going to go for it again. Go for his arm. I missed. No, I'm definitely backing up and going to try and recover. I failed. Second time's the charm? Nope. And he succeeded and then gets a shot at me. Okay. Come on. Get tired, get tired, get tired. Oh no! I might actually die here. These guys are really tough. They are really tough. I am... Now, he is likely... Okay. Is fatigued and suffers a small penalty. That means he's going to be less likely to hit me. And kind of everything. I'm still going to cower behind my shield, though. I just need him to try and attack me once. Okay, I'm gonna go for him. I missed. I'm gonna recover. Can you like do something other than that, please? I actually have a pretty good chance of hit. Oh my god. Okay, this is really bad because I have to fight in Kainokephale after this as well. Resisted my feint, and now he has for a thing again. The Chiliac is literally the toughest opponent you can fight in this game. Oh, I actually thought he was about to kill me. I'll try and get his thing down more. Okay, come on, don't recover. Yes! Normal, come on. Yes, come on! Oh, buddy. You're in trouble now. How good is his reinforced linen cuirass? It's definitely good. I'm going to go for his arm. Because it's uncovered. And it tires him out more. Shit. I'm going to back up and recover. I'd be very concerned if he was to... He respited instead of... Okay. Chest. He could just end me because I took the move to not wear better helmets. Oh, come on. Don't just end me with one sudden strike. Come on. Yes! Easy game. Never in doubt, by the way. And my sword is way better, though. How good is this, though? Well, yeah, I have the chainmail, which I think is just generally better, but... Although, anti-armor resistance 38 is pretty good, I have to say. I'm actually going to take these greaves and I'm going to wear them for once, because I need everything. I need every bit of power to survive this next fight. Wasn't even close. Nope, not at all. He didn't cut my face at all. Your allies erupt in elation as you deal the killing blow. The best warriors in both armies have met in single combat today, and you came out on top. The Agama Peltasts look at you with a mix of astonishment and respect. They do not interfere as you strip your fallen adversary of his weapon and armor. Dusk is approaching when the messengers come back. There will be no more fighting today. You are all to return to camp. Upon hearing of your duel, a tribune sends his physician to take care of your wounds. 10 points is not a lot, I'm gonna be honest. I get a cup. I just get a cup. In the morning, both commanders send off a party of cavalry and light infantry. During the action, your Italic horsemen are outshined by their Aetolian allies. They are not as good as Numidians, but still remarkable. On the next day, you break camp, imitating the Macedonians. Clearly, both Philip and Flaminius are dissatisfied with the ground. For 2 days, you move across southern Thessalia, making no contact with the enemy forces, their exact position hidden by the high hills. Finally, you encamp at the sanctuary of Tatus, not far from Pharsalus. An intense thunderstorm makes a sleep difficult during the night. Upon awakening, you find a persistent fog that veils everything. This doesn't bode well. The Macedonians could be anywhere. You watch with curiosity as 10 squadrons of cavalry and nearly 1,000 Velites are assembled and dispatched to investigate the hills. At least, you remember there were hills yesterday in that direction. As you look at the large scouting party disappear into the fog, you recall someone mentioning that they are called Kainokephale, the dog's head, the dog's heads. Uh, there are two mountains in Kerry, kind of between Cork and Kerry, that if you're driving along, you will 100% notice them. But they're these big round hills. Yeah, I say mountains. They are mountains, but like, you know, we don't have very big mountains. So very big mountain hills. And then at the top, I'm pretty sure there must be some kind of like little extra hill, or maybe like some boulder or something. I don't know. But at the very tip of both of these hills that are very close to each other, they're just these little points at the very top, and they look like they do look like the island of Era. They do look like Aaron's womanly parts. No wait, that's higher up womanly parts, let's say. Wait, hang on. Maybe I can even pull up a photo of them. Wait, no, that sounds really bad. That sounds really bad. The Paps of Anu, they're called. The Breasts of Anu are a pair of breast-shaped mountains near Killarney in County Kerry. The Paps East is 694 metres high, and the western top, the Paps West, is 690 metres. Where are they? Where's a good image of them? I think this is okay because this is literally geography, so I don't think Twitch can get angry with me if I show this. Where's my OBS? There it is. I have driven. Well, I've been past these slightly uneven, just like in real life. we love that uniqueness. We love the uniqueness of every woman. But yeah, do you guys see what I mean? Like, you can probably see it better on the left one, but the right one also kind of has it. But like the little tip, like, what is that? Is it like a boulder? I don't know. But you do, yeah. You guys get what I mean. Maybe someone put it up there as like, what if someone in like a village close by was like, you know, they look like a pair of breasts. They do, Jor, after all. You know what, Jor? You know what we should do? We should head up the mountain and put a few rocks there at the top. It'll be a very funny little joke. It'll be a very funny joke, Jor. Why don't we do that? And then they went up and did that, and then they become a proper pair. That's it. That's what they sound like down there, though. That's what they sound like. No, Kerry accents are way thicker, I will say. Kerry accents are very thick, especially if you're in the countryside. They are tough, even for Irish people to understand. While I'm showing images, I want to show off the art that I got done by a very talented Skeb artist, and I want to say, Hoshino 1987. One, it's gorgeous. Good lord, the eyes alone are so good. The lips are great too. But I'm really happy with this art. So by Shonen in this one. Oh god, please. Phone stand, don't fall off. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, sorry. Do you guys want to guess how much this cost? His recommended price was 1,000 yen, which is about €5 or €6, something like that. That is insanely cheap on Skeb. I actually didn't feel right putting in the recommended price for 1,000 yen. That just did not seem fair. Especially because I saw what the quality of his Skebs were like. So I threw in a bit extra. I threw in like a double. And then of course I tipped it because it turned out gorgeous. But like, I don't even understand. He gets a lot of skebs, of course, and that's probably a part of like supply and demand. Well, not supply and demand, more price elasticity rather. He has very high demand, and I think especially with skeb, because there is so many people who, you know, they're quite, skebs can be quite expensive. Trust me, I know. Although I'm coming up on my Christmas bonus soon, so I'll be able to get new skebs. Hopefully my bonus is good. But yeah, he did an incredible job. He did an incredible job. I love it so much. I want to stretch. Look at that face. Look at that face. What do you guys see me as just Ikiman? Am I just like usually Ikiman? And then like this one, I'm very, very pretty. Very pretty. Right, let's get back to our game, because we're pretty much coming up to the end. Hopefully I survive. It takes quite a while for messengers. So pretty and charming. Aww, thank you. Thank you, Claire, and welcome in. Thank you for sticking around. It takes quite a while for messengers to come back, and when they do, the camp is stirred into ferment. What filters to your ears is most disturbing. The patrols have met with an enemy force they can hardly hold off. Another detachment, about twice as large as the first one, and comprising many Aetolians, is sent to help them. So that's the thing with the Battle of Kainokephale. It was a impromptu battle. It wasn't a pitched battle. It wasn't the two sides facing off against each other. There was a heavy fog, as the game mentioned. And it just sort of happened that two scouting parties, skirmishing parties, kind of met, started fighting, and both camps just started rushing out because they didn't know what was happening. When the fog dissipates at last, you can see the engagement going on. Your allies are being steadily pushed downhill by a superior force. The proconsul has formed you into two wings. Your maniple is on the right of the left one. Wait, what? Am I just on the right then? Okay, I think maybe the language here was a little bit awkward. Your maniple is on the right of the left one. So I'm on the right wing. Let's have a battle? Hey, I might as well, I suppose. It was sort of like that. It was sort of just running, like just fight happens, let's go. In front of a raging battle, there's nothing ahead of the right wing, as far as you can see. You advance, and as the retreating skirmishers fall back through the gaps in your formations, the center of your line makes contact with Philip's troops. The effect is almost immediate. Now it is the opposite side that is slowly losing ground. Nevertheless, as the fighting spreads, a small group of mercenaries falls upon you. What do they think they are doing? My dude killed one guy, like one, I will say, like probably one of the greatest fighters of the army. And now he's like, what do these nerds think they're trying? He's gonna fuck up this guy. And yeah, it looks like I am gonna fuck him up. He's not having a fun time. Yeah, he didn't last very long. You follow the fleeing mercenaries, but close to the top you find a dreadful surprise. The phalanx is here. Its long pikes are lowered and ready to push you all the way back down. Kainokephale. The battle. As the phalanx approaches, it is almost impossible not to notice that their ranks look deeper than last time. It will be like fighting against an avalanche. While the other side is at the right distance, you prepare to hurl your first javelin. I'm going to try and pick off a specific target. Target is wounded. Excellent. You steel yourself for the upcoming battle. I can't throw my javelin this time? That's not fair. How... Okay, these guys are really strong. They have a really high constitution. They're not very quick, but I have a pretty good chance of just slashing them. And they lost a bit of health too. Although, actually, I just realized I don't have a lot of health either. So this could be bad. Uh-oh. I'm gonna try and keep my... Just slash away at them. Come on. I'm missing like really high chance things. Keep pushing me. Stop it. Slash at them. Slash. Slash. Actually, I think I'm going to deal a lot of damage to them because I have that new sword, which is pretty good to know. Come on. Chop. Come on, give me a chop. Oh, I just can't hit him. I have more than a 50% chance to hit these chops. There we go. That's not fair. They can just gain health. That's literally cheating. See how hard it is to push through these things? They're so annoying to fight. But this is pretty much the last battle, so go 50-50. I missed. I thought I was gonna get stabbed. I am gonna fall back for a little bit. I don't care. I need a rest. Ooh, this one's actually already tired. Slash. And again. And chop. Okay, this one we might actually be able to get through. Because I have a pretty high chance of kicking his ass. Oh wow, that one went down. That one went down quick. Let's close in on this guy. This phalangite. These annoying little bollocks. Oh, there's another one. Uh-oh. Just keep hitting them. Okay, this new sword is kind of insane, I have to say. It is destroying them. Oh my god. Another enemy joins the fight. I'm actually so fast that I'm almost killing them faster than they can join. Which is great. See how many phalangites I can kill. Oh my god. Oh, I actually missed once. I'll recover too. This is pretty much the last battle, so we're coming to the end of the game. You get like a little, depending on how well you do, you get various achievements and stuff, and various you get like a little ending epilogue. It's kind of cool. Let's try and kill this guy. Come on. I'm actually gonna recover. That'll give me a better chance to hit him. Him in the groin. These guys are weak to the groin. Many men are, I will say. You've pierced the spear wall, sowing death and panic, and yet it is not enough. Their formation is too deep, the ground too unfavourable. Their rear flanks set attacking you with their pikes, and the surrounding phalangites threaten to crush you with sheer numbers. You are forced to pull back. The pressure on the whole front is overpowering. Mercifully, the uneven ground is slowing the cumbersome phalanx. Your partially broken ranks use a moment of respite to rally a little. You see the other wing advancing with all the elephants in front of the infantry. They soon disappear from your field of view. You don't know what they are attacking. The hillside you are standing on hides everything. At length you try to contain the advance of the phalanx as best you can. Then they launch another all-out assault. So we have to go again. Chop at them. And try and destroy them. Oh, I didn't need to respite. Chop. Back up and recover. I think my skill and like items are so good that I'm kind of just destroying them right now. Ooh, not bad. Ooh, recover. There we go. I've kind of talked about this before, but I feel like some people place a little bit too much emphasis on the battle kind of heavily and be like, the Roman maniple will always beat the phalanx, when, again, there's a lot of things that change between the time of Alexander and the time of this battle. You have broken through the spear wall, so I fight the phalangites again. That new sword is so good. Just tearing through them. Down. Going Dude, I must be known. It must be like on the enemy side. Like, do not try and get into a fight with that with this Quiltus guy. He will stab. He will make you a eunuch, even if you survive the fight. He only attacks the balls. But they shouldn't leave him so open if that's the case. That guy went for my neck. He went for a Hail Mary attack right there. Excuse me a moment. I do have to finish up soon though, because I have to be up early. Annoyingly enough, I have stuff that needs to be done. But I think that's pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's the end. You are doing the impossible, breaking through the spear wall twice in a row. This time, the effect is more noteworthy. You are repelled again, but the phalanx has been forced to back away a little. A small gap appears in the flank of the enemy. Oh no! We fail the intelligence check and the opportunity melts away. You don't know for how long you can continue holding out. You venture to look around. So many of the lads are close to breaking point. Your army is on the verge of collapse. You can barely see more troops approaching from the top of the hills behind the phalanx. They are mostly hidden behind the pikes held by the rear ranks of the Macedonians, and impossible to recognize. But they must be enemies. More of them. So this is how it ends. The phalanx is going to rout you, and their reinforcements will pursue you and exterminate you. You feel almost resigned. You just hope they make it quick when it is your turn. When the reinforcements get closer, you catch a little glimpse of their shield, and you can't believe your eyes. The rear of the phalanx is trying in vain to turn around and face them. They are not enemies. They are Romans. You don't know how they got there, and you don't care for now. All that matters is that the enemy is surrounded, and you are going to live. You join the assault from this side. The plight of the Macedonians is hopeless. Their long weapons are just a hindrance now that they are being attacked from multiple directions. Many phalangites throw their shields away and attempt to flee, but there is no escape for them. Before long, the survivors are holding their pikes high with both hands. A strange gesture you have never seen before. They must be surrendering. Tell your comrades to stop the slaughter. You should take prisoners. There is no need to kill them. It takes a while and a lot of shouting, but they finally listen to you. You save the lives of these Macedonians, but many more all over the battlefield are not so lucky. They are massacred by the thousands before the slaughter is stopped. Friends, yeah. Look at these. Look at this superb max virtue, max troop, max tribunes, max proconsul. When all is over, you learn by bits and scraps of information what really happened during the battle. The right wing of your army charged with the elephants at the left of the Macedonians. There, the phalanx was still in marching order on difficult ground. It was put to flight right away. Most of the Romans and their allies were busy chasing the enemy, but one of the tribunes took about half a legion and came to your rescue. What happened next you have seen with your own eyes. So it seems the enemy hadn't planned this battle after all. He was rushed into it as much as you. Philip and the rest of the survivors have withdrawn to Macedonia. Peace talks are resumed shortly thereafter. This time, the defeated king has no choice but to accept all the conditions imposed by Rome. I believe this was around 212 to 202 BC, something like that. And I think later on, like a decade or two later, Philip attacks them again. Like, tries again. The Macedonians give up all the lands of the Grecians in Europe and Asia, while impairing limitations are enforced on their military capacity. It looks like the sunset of the power that once had half the world is at its feet. Your deeds have taken your skills one step further. Oh no, was I just one off getting 82? Oh no, 91. There's an achievement for getting 92. That's so unfair. The Grecians acclaim you as liberators. You wonder if they realize they've changed one master for another. They are formally free and subject to their own laws, but now that its foot is in Graecia, Rome will not leave anytime soon. Such a wonderful and cultured land, but each city is following its own petty interests. and they are divided by perennial conflicts. They are doomed to be subjugated by more purposeful and tight-knit powers. Anyway, these thoughts quickly fade in the background of your mind. You are going home. The sun is rising behind you as you stand at the bow of the ship that will take you across the sea. As you look at the vast expanse of water, you think of all the people you have known who now lie buried in Hispania and Africa, or in the land you are leaving behind. You remember the enemies that fell before you. How many of them had a choice? You try to smother the thought as you used to, but for some reason it is not so easy now that all is over. For a while you stand there alone, enjoying the company of the sea. The great sea that drop by drop is becoming your sea. And we get a little epilogue. Your services against Carthage have been rewarded with 14 Aegera of land in Apula. You spend a few placid years there with your wife and children. What's Aegera? Let's see what that is. Aegera. Land size. Was a Roman unit equivalent to a rectangle 240 Roman feet in length and 120 feet in width. Hang on, let me take a look. Was it, or about a quarter hectare? Okay, 0.62 acres. Okay, so a good amount of land. With part of the loot you had brought back, you doubled your land holdings. Your property was more than enough to ensure your family decent standards of living. Eventually, you were drafted once more. And unfortunately, we don't get to fight this because I think, like, at this point, he's kind of... I think the developer had enough, I imagine. And this was the next battle. And we actually talked about this or read about this in the book. Yeah, we talked about this in the book. I said it had to be a little quieter. Antiochus was the ruler of the Seleucids. Wait, was he the Seleucids? I'm pretty sure he was. Antiochus. Yes, the Seleucid. I actually never know how to pronounce that word. Seleucid. Pronunciation. Seleucidae. That's it. Seleucidae. Another one of the successor kingdoms to Alexander. And actually, I believe Scipio's half brother, or maybe his nephew, I think, because I think he was named after him. I can't remember. He was actually made the consul for this, or was it? I think it was the consul for the battle against Antiochus, and Scipio accompanies him. We read all about that in the book, so it was really cool. Antiochus, ruler of the immense Seleucidae Empire, saw Rome as a serious threat to his hegemony in the east. You were part of the army sent overseas to stop his effort to liberate Graecia from the influence of the Republic. Your age and experience had ensured a place among the Triarii. Thanks to your extremely high popularity, you were appointed first centurion, the highest-ranking centurion in the whole legion. Holy shit. Despite being close to your 40s, you were still highly respected as the best fighter in the army. After the first year of war, you were greatly surprised to meet again your old commander Scipio. This time he had chosen to act as a mere legate to his younger brother Lucius. I could have sworn he was named Scipio as well. Lucius, the consul in charge. But many people still see Scipio as the one who was kind of leading the thing. As a first centurion, you had a seat in the council of war along with the man who had been your commander when Hannibal was defeated. The war was won, but as a Triarius, you hardly saw any action, even at the great battle of Magnesia. Upon your return to Italia, you moved back to Rome. As the illustrious winner of 2 civic crowns, you were admitted to senatorial rank. Ooh. The honor and prestige implied by your new position dramatically changed your life and that of your family. You find yourself involved in the politics of the capital. Not smart enough, it seems. You were even elected to serve a term as quaestor, though your political career went no further. So I'm not going to I'm not going to become a. I believe there is an achievement for becoming consul, but I haven't gotten that yet. I guess you have to have really high intelligence rolls. In the final years of your life, war was declared upon Carthage for a third time. After a long siege, Carthage was razed to the ground by Scipio Aemilianus, the adopted grandson of Scipio Africanus, your long-dead former commander. Your reaction to the news surprised the people around you. It was as if a part of you had burned with the Punic city. A mere few days later, you silently followed its fate, peacefully in your sleep. Oh, it's wait, if I repeat, do I get another attempt at making those rolls? Is that how that works? I'm actually like intrigued. You know what? No, you know what? I'll play it again sometime on my own. I'll rush through. And now you get your score, and you get a load of points for stuff. I'm surprised I didn't get a senator or quaestor as my main rank. But yeah, we killed all these people. We only came close to death once, and that was against the Agamer. But yeah, so that was my third best run. You can see Herodotus and Thucydides, these versions. Let's compare. So I had one better. I had one part where I got a gold thing, and then I also had fun-looking game. To be fair, it's a very enjoyable game. It's fun just to do it. I actually had more cups this game than this one, although this was my highest cup run. But this one was an insane one. I even got a grass crown. I can't even remember what that's for. I can't even remember how you get that. I think it's for like amazing achievements, so you have to literally like go crazy. I think you might get this if you succeed a couple of special checks. But you can see, I got an extra civic crown. I got a third mural crown, 6 Amelia. This one was insane. I don't even know how I did this. What even bronze Amelia? But I didn't manage to fight enough people for this 8. I think there's 18 total you can get. Well, yeah. That was a legionary's life, and I mean we failed a number of things in that game in terms of like a number of checks that would have allowed you to do other things, and I think I definitely recommend everyone if you like a little game that you can kind of just play. I will say you will probably get your ass beat the first couple of times until you manage to get some more points and you're able to like get special items. We did it! We won! We won! Yay! Hang on, I'm coming a little close so you guys can see my eyes. We won! Yay! Ruadius became a quaestor and lived a happy life until Carthage was destroyed, and he felt a little bit sad. But yeah. That was a fun game. It's definitely one of those games I enjoy going back to from time to time. But it was. I was like, hi Crespian. I'm glad you were lurking away. But I have to be up very early tomorrow. It's basically half a day work because of lecture stuff. Someday in a year's time, I will hopefully be finished with exams. Touch wood. But for now, I have to be up early to do stuff. So, I'm going to look for someone to raid. That's rough, buddy. It's pretty rough, I have to say. Who is live right now? Who's live? Who could we raid into? Thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming, D. It's always nice to have you. Clock is live. What among my friends? Uwo's live. He's playing. No, I won't raid into. He's doing a collab too. What else is... I might raid into to Clonk. I haven't raided into Clonk in a while. Oh, he has 144 viewers. He has 56 beats per minute. He's pretty... That's a decent heart rate. A few people are having a re-debut. Who's having a re-debut right now? I probably don't know them. But that seems like a nice thing to raid into. I was just about to raid into Clonk. I was about to click the button. I like how usually it shows like the same game. Fluffy's having a re-debut, is she? We raid into Fluffy? Yeah, you know what? Let's raid into Fluffy. I didn't realize she was doing... Oh, it's a model debut. Oh, that looks gorgeous. I think we raid into Fluffy. Yeah. And we show a little support for her date. She has dumb. She has a dumb sticker on her face, so you know. She's a dummy. Oh, the branches on it are gorgeous. They kind of remind me a little of my antler. But that is a really high quality model. The eyes are lovely, and just the flowers and everything. But I'll stand. The dumb stays on. No. But yeah, we'll raid into her. So, thank you guys so much for joining. I glad we got to see you there. See you there, Mog. Glad we got to play that game. I thought it was a really nice little addition to the game that to the book that we read, all about Scipio Africanus. I will try and find a book about Hannibal, because I think it would be great to read a book and there are definitely books about Hannibal. Trust me, there's a lot of books about him. I think it would be really cool to get the other perspective of the great things that he managed to do. But until then, I will see you guys. In a future stream. I may try and stream tomorrow on a laptop, but probably won't go well. Until then, Gred Mila Mahat and Slong the Foil. And actually, wait, before I do it, how many of you can... I don't think many of you can actually use emotes. So just, I don't know, just say Rua Raid or something. But, Gred Mila Mahat and Slong the Foil, and I will see you guys next time.